Aloha, Mr. McMahon. How you doing?
Good. How are you today, Mr. Martin?
It's good to see you. I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you here.
Oh,
Will you be having public comment?
Yes,
Thank you. I request a bit.
All right, it is 7:30. Do we have quorum, Mr. Secretary?
I believe so.
All right, whenever we're ready. It is Sunday, March 1st at 7:30 p.m. My name is Stephen Nikela, Chairman of the Libertarian National Committee, and I'll be calling this meeting to order.
You ready for me to call, Mr. Secretary?
Go ahead, Mr. Secretary.
Okay. Mr. Bowler,
Present.
Mr. Bost, Mr. Bost, Mr. Chatterton, Mr. Chatterton, Mr. Thone.
Present.
Mr. Thone, while we're doing the credentialing, did you fill out your NDA?
I certainly did.
Okay, thank you, sir. Vice Chair Dar.
Here.
Mr. Bost. Mr. Dassing. Mr. Dassing. Mr. Bracco.
Present.
Mr. Ford.
Mr.
Mr.
Bost
Ford.
is here.
Mr. Weir. Mr. Weir. Miss Hayes. Miss Hayes. Miss Robson.
I'm here.
Mr. Nebel.
Present.
Mr. Lamb.
I
Mr.
believe I
Lamb.
will be present today, Mr. Secretary.
That he's not present. I don't see him anywhere on the list. Okay. Mr. Martin.
Present.
Mr. McGee.
Present.
Mr. Johnson. I am present. Mr. Koffel.
Present.
Mr. Hirsch.
Here.
Mr. Redpath.
Here.
Mr. Thompson.
Here.
Miss Cowart. Mr. Vincent. Mr. Vincent. Mr. Watkins. Mr. Watkins. Chair Nikela.
Present.
And going back through, Mr. Bost is
Present.
here. Mr. Chatterton is also here. Mr. Ford is also here. Mr. Dassing, did you show up? Ms. Hayes, did you show up? Mr. Vinson? Mr. Watkins? Okay, so that is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That can't be right. 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. 15 present voting members, Mr. Chair.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. We'll now be moving on to public comment, 10 minutes, 2 minutes each. Are there any members from the gallery that wish to speak? Mr. or Miss Danny Carver, go ahead.
Hi, Dana Carver from Michigan here. I would just like to kind of reiterate what I said in Grand Rapids. There are continued problems with the Region 1 representatives and alts, and you guys kind of created this mess. Maybe not all of you, because not all of you were around, but when you intervened with the lawsuit and continued to meddle in the affairs of Michigan, that is what enabled the creation of this Region 1 and at least got us tied up into this Region 1 without our consent. And it just continues. And we continue to get called names by our reps and be treated like crap by our reps and have continued in issues here in Michigan because of one of our reps. And I would just like to thank you guys so much for doing this to us. It's been so wonderful.
Thank you, Ms. Carver. Mr. Jacobs?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to speak out against 2 rule changes that you are proposing tonight. Both of them deal with excluding people that are members from an executive session of the group that is meeting. That is a blatant violation of the rights of membership. If the LNC finds a need to do that, there have been other methods that have been used in the past that do not create that problem, such as referring the matter to a committee and excluding the members. That's happened several times. I believe that that's all that I believe that that's all that I have, except to say, okay, you guys have been warned.
Thank you, Mr. Jacobs. Ms. Harlos?
Okay, let me unmute. I wasn't intending upon speaking in public comment, but I do wish to express support for the chair's brave motion that he has submitted to executive committee. But I also was inspired by Ms. Carver. While she and I disagree on some stuff, I want to publicly state on the record that I sincerely apologize for my role in creating the LNC Region 1 super region with Michael Heiss. It was wrong, and I hope the LNC makes some kind of bylaws changes that will make that impossible. And please accept my apologies. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harlos. Mr. Brown?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I appreciate the opportunity to speak briefly. Although not a member, I have served as the longtime convention parliamentarian for the Libertarian Party for 10 years, in fact. For every convention since 2016. I agree with Mr. Jacobs that I believe the 2 resolutions by the chair regarding restricting the rights of the members are both problematic and are not in order. There may be a way the chair can restrict information provided to members outside of a meeting context, but you simply cannot exclude members from a meeting. That's really all I have to say. I see problems with those 2 resolutions, especially the one that would allow members to be excluded.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Are there any other members of the gallery who wish to speak?
Mr.
Going
Chair,
once.
multiple members are saying that
Hold
they're
on,
having
Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, you're an LNC member, so you cannot speak at this time.
Chair.
No, what's your point of personal privilege?
There are some members of the LNC who are saying that their microphones may not be working. It may be good to
Okay.
do a check or a roll call before we proceed, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Martin. All right. We'll go back to members of the LNC. If anybody who should be present is not present, or is not marked as present. So if you're not marked as present and you're here, just let's see here. Do your best to indicate to the secretary if you're here, react to it, put your hand up so we can recognize you. All right, if there's no other comment, we'll move to the adoption of the agenda. So at this time, the chair would entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the agenda?
Test. Can you hear me?
Yes. Mr. Chatterton, you're here?
Yes, I was having some trouble with my microphone, as was mentioned. I had a proposal to amend the agenda, if you will allow it.
I will allow it. It will require suspension of the rules because unless it's a deletion of agenda items, this is a special meeting, so it would require a motion to suspend the rules in order to consider your motion. Would you like to proceed?
Yes. So I wanted to add a section to the agenda. I believe this is not such that it would require an escalation of that, as it's part of the standard agenda proposed in the policy manual, to have the treasurer speak about the recently updated finance report. And then additionally, I would like to add an agenda item to add approval of the minutes from the Dallas and our February special meeting. I believe that probably would fall under those elevated requirements. So that's two separate proposals to amend the agenda. The first being to add a report from the treasurer about the recent financial statements that he just published this week, and the second to add approval of minutes for the last two meetings, a regular and a special meeting.
Second here.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Secretary.
the second motion to amend the agenda would be out of order because the minutes are to be presented at the next regular meeting. This is
Correct.
not a regular meeting. This is a special meeting.
Yeah, I believe that would
The
require
minutes have not been
suspension.
presented.
That would require suspension of the rules because the policy manual allows for the minutes to be introduced at the in-person meetings. Mr. Chatterton, could you cite where in the policy manual the treasurer's report? Hold on one second. Could you please cite where in the treasure or the policy manual the treasurer's report is a part of these special meetings?
Yes, it's section 102, subsection 2.
Subsection 2. Officers reports. Regional reports. Mm-hmm. Section 102 covers meetings, not necessarily special meetings. So I think it would still require a two-thirds vote to suspend the rules. Would you like to proceed?
I would challenge the ruling of the chair that it requires a two-thirds majority. There's no business to be conducted with that. It's a presentation of the matter. So I would appeal the ruling of the chair that it would require a two-thirds vote.
I'll
All
second.
right. So there's been a motion and a second on the ruling of the chair that this is a special meeting, so it would still require a two-thirds vote. So the ruling of the chair is that because it's a special meeting, only the items on the agenda that were proposed for this meeting shall be considered. Mr. Chatterton is proposing that the motion for the treasurer's report should be included and should only require majority vote to amend the agenda. Mr. Secretary, can you please prepare a ballot?
Mr. Chair, point of clarification.
Mhm.
Uh, Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think there was a question about the minutes being in there too, wasn't there?
Mr. Chatterton, are you also wishing to, in your point of order, raise whether or not the minutes should be included as well?
I believe that that is a different point of order, but I don't believe the bylaws or policy manual prohibits that, and I would still like to proceed with the motion for that. I can recognize, though, that wasn't noticed,
Mhm.
and it would
Okay,
be
so that would be a
conducting of
separate
business.
point of order then.
Yes.
Can we proceed, Mr. Chair?
Yes, waiting on the secretary to provide the ballot.
And just so everybody knows, I'm totally willing to sleep on my futon tonight. We can be here all night. Let's see, this is appeal. Chair. This is chairman. Appeal ruling of the chair. Okay. Sure, I have this correct. This is a challenge. Appeal the ruling of the chair. Shall the ruling of the chair be sustained? That it requires 2/3 to amend the agenda of a special meeting.
Point
If
of privilege, because that also note that it's to have a report from an officer ended at the end. I think that's a integral part of the motion. Or this challenge.
so, you're not challenging that it takes 2/3 to amend the agenda of a special meeting. You are saying that it's
To add an officer's report, I'm challenging for that part.
Okay. Does that make you happy, Mr. Chair? Is that good? To add meaning to add an officer's report? Is that correct?
Okay.
I didn't hear Mr. Chatterton if he said yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were addressing the chair. I'm happy with that.
Okay, thank you. So voting yes would sustain the ruling. Voting no would overturn the ruling. Sustaining the ruling would say that it does require 2/3 to amend the agenda and to add an officer's report. Do you want to take discussion, Mr. Chair? Because you had hands up.
We are out of time on the agenda, so we have to go
In a
straight to it.
live, well, it's in a lot. Okay, you're right. Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
Pass.
Mr. Chatterton,
No.
Mr. Dar,
Yes.
Mr. Dassing,
Would it be in order for me to vote
excuse me,
instead?
Mr. Bracco, I'm sorry.
No.
Mr. Ford. You're muted, Mr. Ford.
Sorry, pass, still thinking about it.
Okay. Miss Robson.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
No.
Mr. McGee.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Do you want me to do the passes and come back to you, Mr. Chair, or do you want to vote?
I'll vote aye.
Okay. Mr. Bost.
Abstain.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 11 to 3 to 1.
All right, the ayes have it. We're now back onto the agenda. We are out of time on the agenda. So we'll be going to a vote to adopt the agenda.
Mr. Chair, we still need to have votes on the two motions that I made.
You made another motion to suspend the rules, or well, it was a motion to amend the agenda for the purposes of adding the minutes. My ruling is the same on that item as well, that it was not included. The policy manual dictates that the minutes can be presented either at the next or at the next in-person meeting. So it would not be automatically added. So it would require suspension of the rules would require a two-thirds vote. Is that the ruling, or is that the motion you've made?
I have motioned to move to add to the agenda the treasurer's report and to add to the
Okay.
agenda the minutes adoption.
Okay, so that will require a two-thirds vote. So you wish to make those two motions?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
You can't, Mr. Martin.
Minutes
oh, yeah, you can.
and
I'm sorry, you can. I apologize. You can. You're the
report is basic stuff, guys. We should not be omitting them from our meetings, especially when there's questions. This is just wrong.
Point of order. Mr. Martin is not recognized.
Mr. Martin, please. Is Mr. Martin the region alternate for Mr. Lamb?
Stephen, stop trying to disqualify me.
He is.
Stop.
Okay, I'm doing my job, Mr. Martin. You're not. I'm asking a question.
Yes,
Point of information.
You're allowed to make a second point of information, Mr. Chatterton.
The Region 1 agreement does not limit the alts to represent either individual candidate. They're prioritized. Mr. Martin is the senior alt, or however you'd like to call it, and he could sub for either representative in occurrence of a vacancy.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Chatterton. So we will be moving forward with a motion to, this is going to be two separate motions to suspend the rules for two separate items. So the first motion will be a motion to suspend the rules, which requires a two-thirds vote in order to vote on the treasurer's report being added to the agenda. So, Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Your ruling is wrong. It's just
Mr. Martin,
wrong.
you're not recognized. Stop
Authority to
interrupting. Mr. Martin, you're not recognized.
And this is a motion to amend the agenda to hear the treasurer's report from Mr. Chatterton. Mr. Bowler.
No.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Yes. Can you hear me?
There you go. I heard you. Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Dar.
No.
Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
There was no sound there for a period of time. I apologize. Can you reread?
Sure. This is a motion to amend the agenda to hear the treasurer's report.
I'll vote yes.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Mr. Ford?
I'll vote yes.
Ms. Robson.
No.
Mr. Neville.
No.
Mr. Martin.
Yes. To hearing the treasurer's report.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
I will vote no. Mr. Koffel.
Nay.
You're muted, Mr. Koffel.
Oh, sorry. No. No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
Yeah. No.
Mr. Nikela. Chairman Nikela.
I abstain. Excuse me. Sorry.
Point of order. Why is Mr. Vincent not present, or is he not being counted as a member?
He's not present.
He's not present. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
The vote is 5 yes, 9 no, 1 abstention.
All right. The nays have it. We'll now move on to Mr. Chatterton's next motion. Is there a second for his motion to suspend the rules in order to hear a motion to add the minutes to the agenda?
Second.
All right. There's a second.
One quick point of something for the secretary. I believe on the previous ballot, he had my vote mistakenly marked as the alt voting for Mr. Chatterton.
I meant to do that for Mr. Bracco. I apologize. Thank you for catching that, Mr. Chatterton.
Sure thing.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to rise to another point of order.
What is your point of order, Mr. Martin?
Not having minutes between special meetings deprives members of their ability to stay informed of the business decisions of the LNC, and we are not getting information that's sufficient for us to make decisions as executives and as directors. I believe this violates the spirit of our bylaws. I believe this violates several different things, which off the hand, if you want specifics, I can provide them to you, but
No,
Out of
that does not. That's an opinion. That is not a point of order. The policy manual stipulates specifically when the minutes should be presented. It's at a meeting.
Mr. Bowler.
No.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Mr. Dar.
No.
Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Abstain.
Ms. Robson.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
no.
Mr. Martin.
Yes. 2 minutes.
Mr. McGee.
I said the wrong thing. I meant to vote no. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
We'll vote no. Mr. Koffel.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Chair Nikela.
I will abstain.
Vote is, well, let me check. No one passed. Nope. Okay. The vote is 4 yes, 9 no, 2 abstentions.
The nays have it. We'll now move to the orders of the day, which is the adoption of the agenda. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
Telling that nearly every email thread says you should have been at the meeting.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yet y'all are
Mr.
blocking
Chatterton,
access
you're
to the
talking out of
minutes.
time. You're not recognized.
My apologies, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Martin.
if it's possible to do without objection, I sent an amendment to the Iran war resolution.
I added it in, Mr. Martin, because since it was done pre-meeting, I added it for you. I took care of it.
Thank you, Mr. McNaught.
I meant to email you and tell you that I did that. I apologize for not doing that.
No worries, and thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad we're able to get onto this timely.
I wish we had done it just a couple days sooner. Adopt agenda as presented. Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Mr. Dar.
Yes.
Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
He voted yes.
Oh, you heard him?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Hayes, or Ms. Robson, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Aye.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Chair Nikela.
I vote aye.
I heard I voting.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, the vote is 15-0-0.
All right, we have an agenda. The orders of the day take us to standing items, Convention Oversight Committee report. Mr. Ford, you have 10 minutes.
Make a move, we go into executive session.
All right, there's been a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, is there any objection to going to executive session at this time?
Being nice to do it at the end. Other than that, I guess it's
My question would be, Mr. Chair, point of information, would we stay in executive session to then hear the legal report as well? Or would we need to rise out of that and then rise back in?
We would need to rise and then go back in.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to rise and go back in.
Can't I just make my motion to include the legal report?
Okay.
objection. Not sure that all of that is truly confidential. Some of the discussion might be, but like the members deserve to know what the hell we're doing.
Well, there's been a motion and a second.
Well, if there's a motion to combine it, I would retract my second.
Does the body object to the retraction of the motion? Because it belongs to the body. All right, there's no objection. We're now back on to the Convention Oversight Committee report and update. Mr. Ford, do you have a motion?
I have a motion to move into executive session for the purpose of the Convention Oversight Committee, as well as areas that need to be confidential in terms of our legal agreements.
So you're moving to combine the two standing items into one executive session?
Yes, sir.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Is there any objection? All right, hearing no objection, we'll
Point of
move into
information.
Point of information, Mr. Boss.
Is that motion the same motion that was just retracted?
It's a little bit different. It combines the two motions legally.
Point of information, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Martin.
Mr. Chair, what legal matters are we going to be discussing? There's a few different things that could apply to on today's agenda. Could we be more specific?
Anything under legal report and update with council. We'll combine the two motions, so we'll have 25 minutes.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Secretary, whenever.
So this was without objection to moving into the combined executive session?
Correct.
Okay.
The answer is
Mr.
quite-
Michaela, I would rise to a point of order that I don't appreciate your deliberate attempts to suppress access to counsel and obstruct reasonable questions from directors that were raised in good faith and were obstructed by yourself and other members of this board.
You're not well taken, Mr. Chatterton. The motion was made to rise from executive session, and so we did.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Conveniently, when I was the next person with my hands raised.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
We also didn't exhaust our time on the agenda item, I don't believe.
The motion was made.
I guess the point of clarification, did you not count Mr. Chatterton's vote or did you count it? I didn't understand what you said.
I did not count his vote in the ayes because he was the one that made the motion to object.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, it is 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back in session. Did we get all of our stragglers?
I honestly am not sure. Give me 1 second here. No,
No.
we did not get all the stragglers. We're
Yeah,
missing
sorry, I'm late, guys. I had an email at 10:23 a.m. that said this meeting was at 10:45 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, that was the ExCom meeting.
Okay.
That might have been the ExCom meeting. That's going to proceed directly after the LNC.
This says executive committee meeting for Sunday, March 1st, after special. Okay. Got to read. Sorry, guys.
Hey, Mr. Vincent, I tried to reach your buddy. Ask him to call me.
Okay.
I never heard from him.
Will do.
I'd love to talk to him.
Also, Evan, Steven, and whoever else, let's get together at some point because I thought as chair of the litigation committee, I was gonna try to give the update from the litigation committee, and I'm not sure how that went. Doesn't sound like it went good. So
that wasn't technically an update from the litigation committee. That'd be in the executive session.
Okay.
That was just an update
we just
from
heard
council.
2 or 3 superfluous questions to council and then brushed off any substantive ones.
Yep.
Mr. Thon, you have your hand raised?
I
Mr.
think I
Stone.
answered my own question, actually. I'll lower it.
Point of order, it's Mr. Tone.
Tone. I'll get that right eventually.
I believe we are back here, Mr. Chair, and I have amended the roll call to show Mr. Vincent is here. Oh, nope, I didn't. I actually made it Mr. Watkins. No, I didn't. I did make it Mr. Vincent is here, but was late.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We'll proceed with the orders of the day, which put us at new business with previous notice. Item 8 is motion to reconsider sustaining the ruling of the chair. Secretary McMahon, you have 10 minutes, sir.
Just moving to reconsider the motion to sustain the ruling of the chair previously adopted on February 22nd, 2026.
Second.
All right, there's a motion to second. Mr. Chatterton? Actually, I'm sorry, before I get to you, Mr. McMahon, would you like to speak to your motion?
No.
All right, Mr. Chatter, then Mr. Dar. Mr. Chatterton.
So I will speak, I guess, in support of reconsidering the motion. However, I'm very much opposed to the recent absurd sequence of events that this motion represents the culmination of. I wanted to point out to the body and to anyone watching that this motion arose from an absurd sequence in which Mr. Chair attempted to weaponize the information that was leaked from our membership database. I believe he indicated his intent to remove multiple members from the LNC without any due process or anything like that. And then upon the whistleblowing on the misconduct by Mr. Redpath, making conflicted actions and not informing the LNC about payments from competing campaigns, and as well as the whistleblowing about the data breach that occurred, you realized you needed more votes to object to the consideration of the reconsideration of the SIC report. So you had to immediately pivot and find some way to bring those votes back onto the board so that Mr. Vincent could then be leveraged into voting for blocking that consideration after the revelation of Mr. Redpath's misconduct that compromised the SIC and its findings, because he was a member of that and committed similar or more egregious violations. And now that after your purposes served their turnabouts, you're trying to right the ship back to exactly the same status that was present before this, and not to mention even getting into your completely absurd claims that contributions equal donations and payments for goods and services constitute donations somehow, that you tried to use to bring him back, that the entire board, like clockwork, followed you through on. And then suddenly, upon the dispensation of those other motions, had the abrupt realization, oh, that's absurd, and now is trying to undo all of that.
Let the record show that I'll be hiring Mr. Chatterton as my next strategic advisor on my Machiavellianism. Mr. Dar.
Yes. Having helped with some of the recent things going on with the Convention Oversight Committee, really came to light to me on how contributions are tracked as with our party here, and how our mechanisms weren't being in our policy manual weren't quite up to date. And looking back in history at the policy manual, I observed that from 2016 to 2018, there was a phrase that made it that did the explicitly what we were doing previously there, of not including those different contribution types. And then from 2018 to 2022 is when there was a specific phrase there excluding those sales. So previously, over those years in the LP, after reviewing that, those contribution types had explicitly been placed in the policy manual and excluded there. So that was over a period of time, and I'm learning as I get into this on how different contributions are considered, and looking at how we define them with different things here. So I'm glad we're getting back to the way that the policy manual previously had it in there. Is what I'm thinking will happen tonight. I think that was unintentionally dropped out previously, that it had been just there so long, people didn't realize that it was the definition was in the policy manual at that time. So I'm sorry I did not read through all those different policy manuals before up to this time, but I have, and that is why my opinion on reversing to reconsider the ruling of the chair as it is right now. And also, as far as membership, for anyone who wants to track their own membership, if you look at the finance report that goes out every month, you can see the membership dates of every member of the LNC on there. So when you look at that, you can see when it ends. So if you're having trouble finding for yourself when your membership ends, please read the finance report and all the way to the end, and look at the end there where your date is. And if you're not a lifetime member, you can see when your membership ends, and make sure you renew prior to that date. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Mr. Thompson?
I call the question.
There's been a motion to call the question. Is there a second?
Second. This is an abuse of call the question.
It's not an abuse. It's in order. All in favor of calling the question, everyone, please. Actually, hold on one second. I'm going to take the hands that are raised. Martin.
There's people dying while you guys are seizing power. There's a war going
Mr.
on.
Martin.
Point of order.
Mr. Martin, if you talk out of Mr. Secretary, please mute Mr. Martin. He's spoken out of turn many times this session.
You need a vote to do that, bro. You need a vote to do that.
No, I don't. Mute him.
Yeah, you do.
You
need a vote.
Maintain decorum and mute Mr. Martin. Thank you. All right. All in favor of the calling of the question, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we have 10 for. Please lower your hands. All opposed, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Wait, Mr. Vincent, were you for or against the? Okay, your hand's down.
I just want no. I was against. I just wanted to
Okay,
speak on past practices, but the question was called.
gotcha. So it would have been 9-4. All right, the ayes have it. We're calling the question.
I
Mr.
believe if
Secretary,
Mr.
please move.
Vinson was a point of order, if Mr. Vinson was against calling the question, I believe it would have been 9-5 there.
Correct. 9-5, excuse
Which
me.
is not meeting the 2/3 threshold to call the question.
No, it was 9-4 because it was four hands, including Mr. Vincent.
Mr.
Can
Chair,
we
I
get a
call
counted vote, please?
I don't think he counted me in the 10. My hand wasn't up in the 10.
Can we get a counted vote, please?
All right,
That
we're
is-
asking members
that's
are
in
calling
order.
for a counted vote. Mr.
That's in
Secretary.
order.
Mr. Chair, point of clarification.
Yes, sir.
The motion was to reconsider your ruling,
Correct.
and we're calling that question in lieu of further discussion.
Correct. Yes. So we would dispense with the motion to whether or not we call the question, and then we would move on to a vote of the main motion.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
No.
Mr. Chatterton,
No.
Mr. Dar,
Yes.
Mr. Bracco,
No.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Robson,
Yes.
Mr. Nebel,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
No.
Mr. McGee.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
Abstain.
Chair Nikala.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 10-4-2.
All right, the ayes have it. We'll move on to the question.
This is the move to reconsider the motion to sustain the ruling. So this would be, if we vote on this, then we would vote again on sustaining or not sustain or overruling. This is just the motion to reconsider. Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton,
Yes.
Mr. Dar,
Yes.
Mr. Bracco,
Yes.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Robson,
Yes.
Mr. Nebel,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Aye. Aye.
I got you. I vote yes. Mr. Koffel,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
Yes.
Chair Nikala.
I abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 15-0-1.
The ayes have it. We'll be moving to a vote whether or not to sustain the ruling of the chair.
And
Objection. I think we need to go to discussion, Mr. Chair.
No, there's no
Question was called.
discussion.
No, not all questions. That question was called.
We would go directly to a vote.
We did, and now we
I
are
call
on a new
all
motion.
questions.
You wanna make us do it again?
We're at time. The motion's at time, so regardless, we're going to a vote.
Yes.
The bylaws state that sustaining membership requires a donation, and the chair ruled that purchases were donations. Also, he could leverage his opposition against the SIC being heard.
Point of order. Mr. Chatterton is not recognized.
Mr. Chatterton, please come to order.
My apologies, Mr. Chair.
Anything.
Shall the ruling of the chair be sustained? Yes vote keeps the ruling, and no vote overturns the ruling. Mr. Bowler.
No.
Mr. Bost.
No.
Mr. Chatterton.
No.
Mr. Dar.
I'm not gonna go now. You don't need it tonight.
Mr. Dar.
I said no.
Mr. Bracco.
No.
Mr. Ford.
No.
Ms. Robson.
No.
Mr. Neville.
No.
Mr. Martin.
No to rigging the convention.
Mr. McGee.
Nay.
I vote no. Mr. Hirsch. Or excuse me, Mr. Koffel.
No.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
No. Down with the chair.
Mr. Vinson.
No.
I'm sorry, didn't hear Mr. Vinson.
No.
Mr. Nikela.
I will abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 0-15 to 1.
All right, the chair's ruling has not been sustained.
If we can give me just a second to update my record here. Okay, Mr. Chair, I'm ready to move on to the next item.
All right, I'll hand the gavel off to Mr. Dar as we're moving on to my motion, which is to reappoint Robert Vinson as at-large.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded.
Objection. Motion is moot because he never lapsed in his alleged lapse in membership has not been upheld by a vote of the LNC to suspend his membership rights.
Point of order. Mr. Austin Martin is not recognized.
McGee, I rose to
I have a
Mr.
point of order.
Mr. Chair, I've risen to a point of order, and Mr. Chatterton has one too.
Please first state if you're trying to raise to make a point of order.
I wish to make a point of order.
Thank you. All right. A point of order has been raised by Mr. Martin.
So the point of order was
I can speak to my point of order if you want.
Please do so, Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. The alleged suspension of Mr. Vincent's membership rights is void according to the bylaws. And I don't believe we have taken any action to remove his membership rights, and therefore there is no need to restore it. If an act of the chair has done so, I would ask you to rule that out of order.
The point of order from Mr. Martin was whether or not
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair,
would you like me to rule on this or Mr. Dar?
no, I would like Mr. Dar, who is the acting chair right now, to rule on it. This is your motion, and I believe he is currently sitting as the chair. So I would like Mr. Dar to rule on it unless he decides to pass the gavel. You're trying to take the question away from him.
thank you, Mr. Martin. Thank you, Mr. Chair. My ruling on the matter is I do get quite technical on the bylaws there, and I believe the bylaws have automatically removed Mr. Vincent under his not sustaining membership. I believe that is clear in the case of at-large members.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, I have a point of information.
Okay.
That could potentially clear things up. In Dallas, I did donate $90 for the event, which was on December 7th, I believe, knowing that I was going to have to leave that meeting early and do the litigation committee's first meeting, which I was there for about 2 hours. So, I mean, if the board would look at that and consider a donation and not an event purchase, I would appreciate it, because I knew I wasn't going to be there for long. I think I was there for maybe 30 minutes, and then we had to split off into a meeting where Stephen attended, Evan attended, and there was a couple others in attendance in that meeting too. So,
Mr. Chair, point of
I'd like
information.
to raise my point of order. I believe I raised that already and I was not recognized.
Okay.
Point of information, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. McMahon.
Mr. Vincent is incorrect. We didn't attend the beginning of that. It was the very end. We went straight into the litigation committee meeting. It was afterwards that we went in, just for the timeline. We missed the entire thing.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Chatterton, you said you had a different point of order?
I do. This motion is out of order on similar grounds, but not as what were raised. The point is out of order because our bylaws specifically lay out all means by which a member of the LNC can be removed from the LNC. That is for absence at 2 consecutive regular meetings. When bylaws lay out a specific class of action, it would preclude any other element from being included in that same class of action. So an automatic removal provision would need to be explicitly present in the bylaws. In addition, Roner fully mentions that members in arrears on their dues retain full rights as members of the organization. So those two elements in combination make it explicitly clear that you cannot automatically void someone's seating on the national committee or any of these other proposed characterizations of what would be done here. That's been discussed specifically to be weaponized, in my opinion, against multiple members of this board who stood in opposition of the SIC report. If individuals are in arrears on their dues, the appropriate process as defined by our bylaws and by Roner is to initiate disciplinary actions against them for not meeting the criteria to maintain their position on the board. And that would be then proceeded with on the consideration of whether or not upon notification, that individual paid those, and if the members of the board felt it appropriate to continue with those proceedings for disciplinary action under the well-established provisions that we have in our policy manual as a special rule of order. I would note that also requires 14 days notice to any member who is subject to such proceedings. So that is my justification for why this motion is out of order. Any removal is against our bylaws.
This is taking some interpretation here, and Mr. Chair, since you're going to have to live with this decision, you know what my opinion is on it, but did you want to take back the gavel for making the ruling on this?
Mr. Vice Chair, I don't believe the chair can take back the gavel.
He can't? Okay.
I can give you my opinion.
All right.
I can give you my opinion, but you have to make the ruling. I believe that this has to do with particularly LNC members who are at large and officers being an vacancy. The bylaws are muddy when it comes to region reps. I don't believe it would be in order at this time to make a determination on regionals because I believe that authority rests with the region unless we interpret it some other way at a later time. But I believe that is the correct ruling on it personally. That's how I would rule on it. I believe that the auto vacancy clause is in effect as a bylaw sustaining member automatically vacates the seat upon failure to make the prerequisites of being a member. However, the bylaws also speak on region representatives, which is a separate issue and provides extra protection. So in this case, I do believe that Mr. Vincent has auto vacated. The chair's ruling was overturned that all contributions are donations, so thereby the event would not constitute a donation because the ruling was overturned. So as it stands, the LNC has taken a position that at the very least, as it pertains to officers and at-large members, auto vacancy is in effect. That is my opinion.
Mr. Chair, if I may, that's such a butchery of the
Point of
language.
order. There are people in line waiting to be recognized.
Persia right now because our country is out of control. We need libertarians. This is bullshit, you guys. Stop
Thank
the
you,
PowerPoint.
Thank you,
Whatever
Mr.
you
Martin. Thank you, Mr. Martin. Please take your place back in order. Mr. Vincent, you have been patiently waiting. My ruling is that this is in order.
I appeal the ruling of the chair.
Okay.
Happy to second that.
Understand.
The appeal is whether or not the chair can unilaterally suspend member rights without specific application of the auto
Mr. Martin,
vacancy.
you're not recognized. I asked the chair to please call Mr. Martin to order.
You made false accusations against
Please
me.
come to order, Mr. Martin. Thank you. Let's go to a ballot on the appeal of the ruling of the chair.
One second, Mr. Chair, I need to draft it. Well, I have all the regular motions done. I don't have the incidentals ever balloted.
Mr. Chair, can you explain your ruling to the body in a little more detail so we can understand the matter before us?
To state further on what Chair Nikela had previously stated on the matter is that under the bylaws, this creates an auto vacancy based on the requirements there, and that it is very clear in the case of at large and officers, and is more muddy in the case of regional reps.
Can you read that requirement, please?
Pull up that requirement.
If I may, I think you're referring to Article 4.4, which defines sustaining.
No, we're looking at the provision on auto
Membership,
vacancy.
which, for the record, I don't agree with.
That is incorrect. The point of order in question is about the auto vacancy provision, not whether or not the definition of a sustaining member is met. The question is whether or not we can dispense with due process. I yield the floor.
Well, no, I think that's exactly the point entirely. If you're not a sustaining member, you are not technically a member of the National Committee, which is defined specifically in Articles 4.4.
You can accuse me of not being a sustaining member. That doesn't make it true. I need a chance to disprove that false accusation. A false accusation was made that I did not pledge the NAP.
Mr. Chair, I believe this is debate, and I believe we need to go to orders of the day.
Mr. Chair, I'm ready.
My apologies. My apologies. My apologies.
Can we do a parliamentary inquiry, please? Can we get a parliamentarian's opinion on this?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Mr. Brown, you were here earlier. Is Mr. Brown still here? Not seeing him.
Mr. Chair, I'm ready with a ballot.
All right.
Thank
Mr.
God.
McMahon.
Mr. Jacobs is present. You want to ask him?
And I'm also present, by the way.
Also true.
Ms. Arrowwood is present.
Shall I proceed with the ballot, Mr. Chair?
Let's just proceed with the ballot.
Okay. Shall the chair's ruling be sustained that the motion to reappoint Vincent is in order as his seat was auto vacated with sustaining membership lapsed?
Order, Mr. Chair. We want to understand what we're voting on. I think it's reasonable to ask a parliamentarian to clarify. You can't cite
Point of
anything.
order, Mr. Chair. The LNC has not retained a parliamentarian. This would only be comments from the gallery. That would be debate.
Mr. Bowler.
All right. Yes.
I believe I heard you say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Bost.
Abstain.
Mr. Chatterton.
No.
Vice Chair Dar.
Pass.
Mr. Bracco.
No.
Mr. Ford.
Abstain.
Ms. Robson.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Absolutely not.
Mr. McGee.
Pass.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
I do believe I need to skip you, Mr. Vinson. Mr. Nikela.
I vote yes.
Mr. Dar.
Abstain.
Mr. McGee.
Abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 8-3-4.
Point of order. It is in order for me to ask you to explain your ruling, and you still have not done so. I don't feel like I understand what this ruling says. To my knowledge, it sounds like you're basically saying due process can be completely undermined by a unilateral ruling of the chair.
Please
based
come
on...
to order, Mr. Martin. Please come to order,
Mr.
Mr.
Chair,
Martin.
the vote was 8-3-4.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So, ruling of the chair was upheld. We are unfortunately at time.
I move to reappoint Mr. Vinson.
Second.
It was already on the floor by Mr. Nikela.
This is so you can remove the guy who wrote the resolution on Iran. This is so you
Shut
can...
up.
One.
Mr. Martin needs to be called to order. This has been the 10th time he's intervened.
Mr. Martin, that is what you're alluding to is not on the floor, actually. So, thank you.
Mr. Chair.
We're at time, so unless time's extended, that brings us to a vote on the item. Sorry for those that were patiently waiting to speak. Go ahead.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Abstain. This vote is against the bylaws.
Is that somebody's microphone?
Mr. Ford, you're unmuted.
Mr. Dar.
Abstain.
Mr. Bracco.
Pass.
Mr. Ford.
Apologies, confirming that we're voting for the reappointment of Mr. Vincent.
Yes, voting to reappoint Mr. Vincent.
I vote yes.
Ms. Robson.
I vote yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
I'll pass for now.
Mr. McGee.
Emphatic yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Nikela.
Keep the Florida boy on, yes.
Mr. Bracco.
Well, I don't actually believe he was removed, but I don't know. I'll abstain. I would vote for you if I actually thought you were off, but I don't think you were actually ever off.
Yeah.
Mr. Martin.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he was ever off, but there is a point of order. Wouldn't all the previous motions in which he voted then, have a problem and a defect because he was actually
What's your vote, Mr. Martin?
I'm raising a point of order. Is that okay?
We're in the middle of a vote. What's your vote, Mr. Martin?
I'll abstain. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, the vote is 11-0 to 4.
Motion passes. Welcome back, Mr. Vincent.
I don't think I ever left either, guys. So,
Mr. Chair,
It doesn't feel like you did. Passing
Point
the
of-
gavel back.
previous business would be out of order if we let a non-member vote on it.
No, because the ruling of the chair was not sustained, and so Mr. Vincent was a member up until the ruling was overturned.
Your
is my vote.
subjective opinion of the chair does not affect the ultimate reality of what's
This is not debate, Mr. Martin. I've answered your point of order. We'll be
I have
moving on to the
I have
rest
a
of the day.
specific point of order on that.
Mr. Chatterton.
Wasn't the motion to object to the consideration of rescinding the SAC integrally decided by Mr. Vincent's vote?
That's not germane. We're moving on to the orders of the day, which is motion to amend the policy manual, qualified donations. Secretary McMahon, you have the, there's a motion, is there a second?
That was germane.
Second. It's not well taken.
His membership was not lapsed at the time.
Mr. McMahon, would you like to speak to your motion?
Sure. So this motion clarifies and puts in the policy manual, and as Mr. Dar had said earlier, Vice Chair Dar said earlier, that there was lots of language previously that had this about what is a qualifying contribution. So this adds this in. It also asks for upon written request by the member for a lifetime membership. There was a weird thing that said any 365-day period, which was kind of weird. So changing that to 365 days instead of 365-day period shall be granted. There was also a section where somebody specifically asked, they said in section 5 to add, where is it? Let me find it. Hold on one second. Staff shall ensure all such draft agreements comply with national policies and federal, and it originally said federal law and was asked that it say federal and state law. So added that. That's it.
All right, we have Mr. Martin and Mr. Vincent. Mr. Martin.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to say that I believe this is an incredible, irresponsible thing to do. It seems like we're playing games with what constitutes a member right before convention. We're playing games with what a life member is based right before convention. And we've seen that the chair is fast and loose with these rulings. We've seen how many people here are in support of these very unlibertarian practices. And it's mind-blowing sometimes to watch these people vote in unison against things like due process. And here we have another situation. They just showed you that they will use the heavy hand in order to enforce their definition of membership. And now they want to change the definition of membership. They're saying the data wasn't right. And in reality, they're trying to use this in order to try to alter the convention totals, in my opinion. That's my suspicion. That's what I think is going on. I believe this is blatant misconduct. It's obviously way more important to them than how many people are dying in Iran from missiles from all sides, a regional war breaking out. We have so much that we need to focus on as a party. We can make a difference, but not if we're constantly fighting each other and trying to redefine membership and trying to just play Machiavellian control games with each other. We need to unite around the NAP, around what we actually believe in, and stand up for it, damn it. This is ridiculous. We have real business to get to today that matters to our actual people. And you guys want to play this frame game. You're trying to make me look like a criminal. You're trying to make everyone who disagrees with you look like a criminal. What's happening with McCardle is crazy. And I'm not afraid to say it. I think she's innocent. I think you guys framed her. I think there's good evidence of that. And this is evidence of
Is this germane to the question?
I was going to ask, is this germane, Mr. Martin?
Or overrule me and silence me. You're rigging the convention. That's what this is about. You're purging the LNC. You're trying to bring up old controversies because you're not original enough to come up
Orders
with
of
new
the day.
things. It's
Is
lame.
this germane, Mr. Martin? Mr. Vincent.
Yeah, Evan, would you be open to adding an amendment with additional language for a lapse that allows a member a reasonable amount of time, or maybe 10 days to cure their lapse, or language that would say, hey, you have to be notified of a lapse before you can lapse, because here in the past, members were notified by past secretaries. Not saying that's a part of your duties, but they were at least notified. Whereas I wasn't notified of my lapse. I cured it immediately whenever I was. And also, there's an auto renew button. I auto renewed the last 2 years, and for some reason, that didn't happen this year. I believe it happened to you in 2014, you said. So you had to get voted back on the board. This highly strict interpretation of the rules that we're doing is because it read the way it did. I think if we put a protection in there for a reasonable cure, that strict interpretation goes away, and this can't be used against anyone on any side, right? Whether you're in a certain caucus, whether you're in the other side of the aisle. I think it lays out a cure process, reasonable notice, which is all reasonable.
Mr. Bracco?
I guess this is just more of just a request for information. This is a proposed amendment. Could you put the amendment language on the screen?
I was gonna try to put it in a chat to Evan, but I can't.
No, I mean the original amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was also emailed out as part of the agenda. So this is the amendment. This is how it would read after the amendment. These are the changes here. The black is the new, red marks out, and black and gold is the new.
Indefinitely.
Mr. Martin, you're recognized. I'm going to go to Mr. Chatterton and then Mr. McMahon.
I would like to, when you don't need it on the screen, please let me know.
If you might keep it on there for just a moment, I think it would support my statements that I intend to make. So I intend to speak against the amendment. I believe that the most substantive addition, while I think good intentioned with Section 2 to define the qualification, is completely redundant to the bylaws, which are explicit that sustaining membership requires a donation. There's no ambiguity between that statement that could potentially overlap with contributions exchanged for goods, services, events, admissions, sponsor, etc. Furthermore, this language specifically adds an extra burden on individuals who would be signing up for a life membership. I don't think that, especially with the very clear language about donations, that the extra burden to, if somebody notifies or somebody files a $1,500 donation to require additionally a written request separately is an undue burden on those individuals, and I believe would be an undue burden on staff to process that and to keep track of who requested, who didn't. If we have a donation for 1,500 or cumulative donations for 1,500, it should not require special action for people. They should get the benefit of their donations. Furthermore, and just highlighting again the absurdity of this whole sequence, the chair recently ruled that contributions and purchases count as donations. And I believe that was explicitly to leverage Mr. Vinson's vote on the matter of opposing the SIC report. And furthermore, this was brought
Mr. Chatterton?
to bring against numerous members who have been critical to the SIC are conveniently all of those who were listed in the leaked article or the article about the leaked data that Mr. Chair seemed all too ready to act on until Mr. Martin blew the whistle on the data breach that occurred. So bylaws have to have an ambiguity before there is ground to interpret them, and the bylaw that we are reacting to does not have ambiguity. It was never unclear whether donations were the sole basis that are required for a sustaining membership. And these course of events should make it abundantly clear to anyone watching the level of malfeasance and misconduct that is occurring by the top officer and others on this board in their attempt, probably, as Mr. Martin suggests, to redefine this. And I further would be petrified to consider how weaponization of upon written request could be used by malicious individuals such as Mr. Michaela.
I just
Mr. McMahon?
since my name was invoked, I just want to make it clear that my votes weren't leveraged in any way. Just putting that out there.
My apologies for assuming as much.
Mr. McMahon?
I wanted to respond to Mr. Vincent on the possible amendment. While I'm definitely very open to it, and I've suggested to the bylaws committee that they add a cure like that, where it, and I think I talked to you about that, at least something like a 14-day period to cure and upon notice. I think that that's very reasonable. However, I don't know that that fits within this section of the policy manual.
I don't care if it's done tonight. I'm just gonna send you over some language and we can workshop it later. But I think that does need to be added because people, excuse my language, are too highly autistic in this party, and the strict interpretation is crazy.
Yeah, I would work with you on an amendment in another place of the policy manual to add that. I think it's needed. I think that there should be a cure method that is required if like incumbent upon being notified as well.
Yeah.
It happened to me in 2014. I wasn't notified that my payment wasn't processed and I was vacated and then reappointed, and I was kind of upset by that. I don't like the asterisks that I had to be reappointed, and it's literally bothered me ever since. So I would be open to that amendment and working with you on that.
All right, I'll send it over whenever I get it close to
Can you
home.
make a recommendation on where you think it would go in the policy manual too? You're pretty good at that.
All right, we have Mr. Martin and then Mr. Thompson, Mr. Bracco, and Mr. Boss. Mr. Martin.
Okay, so the absurdity of this is pretty manifest. There's no ambiguity. We're dealing with an unlawful void ruling from the chair that is clearly designed to alter what we're going into with convention. This is really, really inappropriate. I just want to reiterate that. And here's the problem with this amendment. If we define a time for curing, right, we will actually make this worse to where we're working towards and building an automatic removal provision. And you guys are building your crazy theory through kind of parallel construction here. I believe personally that it's an intentional misrepresentation and that what you're doing is basically political fraud. This is wrong. The members deserve some stability in how things go with convention. It's how we make decisions. It's just ridiculous to think that we can just usurp that.
And we are at time, so we'll be moving on to a vote. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
I move to extend time by 10 minutes.
There's a motion.
Objection.
There's a motion to extend time. Mr. Bracco, there's an objection. Is there a second?
Second to extending time.
All right. All in favor of extending time, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We have 5 in favor. Please lower your hand.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, I didn't get back to my phone quickly enough. I'm in favor of extending.
Okay, so we have 6. All opposed to extending time, please raise your hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, it's 6-6. Motion fails for lack of majority. So we'll proceed to that. Is it 2/3 to extend?
I believe so.
I don't think so.
I think it's a majority.
Majority, all right.
Mr. Chair, point of information.
Point of information, Mr. Boss?
Did we propose any changes to the notification by the member requirement?
No, that is not included. That was discussed, but it's not included.
If I may, Mr. Chair, me and Mr. Vincent are going to workshop that together, present it to the board. as well as where in the policy manual it should be, but we're in agreement that it probably should happen. Ready for a vote, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please proceed, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton,
No.
Mr. Dar,
Yes.
Mr. Bracco,
No.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Robson,
Oops, I'm sorry, I was away from, I couldn't unmute. Yes.
Mr. Neville,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
No.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
Yes.
Chair Nikala.
I will vote yes.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 13-3-0.
The ayes have it. Motion passes. Next up is motion to fill vacancy on awards committee, moved by me. We have 10 minutes. I will now proceed to a nomination for awards committee members. Do any members wish to nominate
I
anybody?
move to nominate Bill Redpath.
All right, Bill, do you accept?
I was about to do that too. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Are there any other nominations? Nominations closing, going once, going twice, going 3 times. Mr. Redpath would like to speak to your nomination.
My friend Jim Lark has asked me to be on this committee. It is my understanding everybody on the committee currently would like me to join. I'm honored that they think so highly of me, and I will agree to do so.
All right, we're on to discussion before a vote. Mr. Martin and Mr. Chatterton, please go ahead. Or Mr. Martin.
Yes. So there's some pretty significant questions about the ethics of Mr. Redpath and about his conflicts of interest, including his management of a Soros-funded organization and his influence over the board over the years. The fact that we're seeing a repeat of Dewsgate while he was, I believe he was chair at the time, indicates that there's probably some level of preparation and planning that he would have been involved in, at least consulting. And I find this really troubling that we're putting him up on the awards committee. Found it troubling that we didn't get his treasurer report where there's significant questions about misrepresentations, or at least it seems so to me. I'm not an expert, I'll admit that freely, but it seems like there should be a lot of things clarified. It seems like the JFC money is being misstated as if it's going to be like taken away, when in reality I'm reasonably confident that's not exactly what's going on. In fact, I think it goes to the state parties, but could be mistaken. But we can't talk about any of that. So
Is this germane to the actual awards committee?
I'm in favor of Mr. Redpath being given any kind of role in really any committee at this point. Sorry, if you like him, I understand, but I don't see the results, man. I see a lot of nonsense over the years. I yield.
Mr. Chatterton.
Thank you. I have a question for Mr. Redpath about the consideration. Mr. Redpath, is it correct that in the meeting, I believe it was on September 10th, that I recently released the recording of, did you freely admit that you took payments that you did not disclose to the LNC while on a business trip on behalf of the LNC, in which we paid expenses in which you worked for personal profit without disclosing that information?
Mr. Redpath would like to respond to Mr. Chatterton's violation of two-party consent laws.
I'm going to be issuing a statement on that and in the near future, and I'm not going to comment on it right now. I will say, no, I'm not going to comment on it right now. There's no point to it.
I have a further point of personal privilege. Mr.
What's
Chair,
your point of personal privilege?
now for the second time in as many days, you have directly accused me of committing a crime. As I expressed on the public list today, I don't believe there is any element that that's a reasonable claim, and I absolutely believe that you should know better. I provided specific citations for that, and I would demand that you immediately retract and apologize for your repeated claims that are completely baseless and that you have accused me of committing a crime.
Florida state law disagrees. Ms. Robson.
Point of personal privilege, Mr. Chair.
What is your point of personal privilege?
You're using an unconstitutional speech-chilling law to threaten me too, one which is
That's not a
criticized.
point of personal privilege.
Mr. Chair, I also
That's not a
cited
point of
Florida
personal
law.
privilege. That's not a point of personal privilege. Please mute Mr. Martin. Mr. Secretary.
Point of order, you can't mute a member of the board without a vote.
No, I can. I can maintain decorum. Ms. Robson.
The authority to mute a member of the board.
Please mute Mr. Martin, Mr. Secretary. Thank you.
Secretary, please do not obey that order from the.
Mr. Secretary, I have a point of order, and I object to the repeated muting of a board member without appropriate due process.
It's not well taken. Ms. Robson.
I appeal the ruling of the chair.
Second.
Technically in order.
Okay, there's appeal of the ruling of the chair on whether or not the chair can maintain decorum by requesting the secretary to mute.
Please include mute a board member in that description, Mr. Secretary, if you would.
Point of inquiry, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Bost.
Could we reference the applicable policy manual and or bylaws?
The policy manual is silent on this matter. It would be up to Ron or for the chair to maintain decorum. Since we are an electronic meeting, I believe it would be in order for the chair to request muting at certain times in order to maintain decorum, while still respecting the members' privileges to be able to make appropriate motions and debate.
Mr. Chair, you're violating our membership rights. Our right
to move to a vote on that.
Point of order. We're moving to a vote. Could you please remain silent?
We have a right to be seen and heard. You cannot violate that right without a vote.
And we have a right to run a meeting without you interrupting, Mr. Martin.
No, you
My
don't.
job to maintain decorum. We'll vote on what
Mr.
Martin.
Stuff
Mr.
like that.
Secretary, please mute Mr. Martin. We'll decide whether or not it's my right to do so.
I'm going to wait.
JC.
I'm sorry. That's the
point of order
is for me to wait until the vote happens, Mr. Chair, since it's
point of
been
order.
challenged. But there is a ballot being taken, so.
Okay, we are.
Can I be recognized at the conclusion of that ballot?
Board
I'll recognize you at the conclusion, Mr. Chatterton.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Shall the chair's ruling be sustained that it is in order for the chair to call for board members to be muted? To maintain decorum.
If I can make a point of information directly relevant to this vote, I believe it would be highly appropriate.
Well, you can't provide information, but you can request information.
I would request, Mr. Chair, then could you read section 102, subsection 3 for open meetings of our policy manual?
I'm ready with the ballot, Mr. Chair.
LNC meetings are open to party members except on executive session. Non-party members may be excluded upon a majority vote of the LNC. All right, please proceed with the ballot.
You read the rest of that?
This is, shall the chair's ruling be sustained that it is in order for the chair to call for board members to be muted to maintain decorum? A yes would sustain the ruling and no would overturn the ruling. Mr. Bowler.
A quick request for information. By muted, do we mean temporarily muted?
Be temporarily muted for the purposes of maintaining decorum, not for the entire meeting.
Point of personal.
Yes.
Point of personal privilege, Mr. Chair.
There's a vote going, Mr.
So you're not recognized this time.
I believe point of personal privilege takes priority, sir.
Not over vote.
Mr. Bost.
Yeah, because if a member can't see or hear, for instance, that would be a reason to say so in a vote.
Can you not see or hear?
I have a point of personal privilege.
What is your point of personal privilege, Mr. Martin?
You know what? It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Just fuck it.
Mr. Chair, can I have a point of personal privilege?
Go ahead, Mr. Ford.
As I never asked for one. I understand your explanation about, I understand your explanation. Could we clarify once and for all, just for the purpose of restoring order to meetings, whether during runner, under runner, I should say, that it is appropriate to mute in order to attempt to maintain meeting decorum? Is there a way to do that, please? So
It
we
would
can
be a
answer
point of
this once and for all?
information. It would be a point of information, and I think it would be substantive to this particular ballot, which we're going to go through just next. I believe that the appropriate time to mute would be when a member is speaking out of turn, they are not recognized. It is disruptive to the body proceeding into business. It would not be appropriate at a time during, let's say, a member is discussing something. So it would be only in order to maintain decorum.
Is there for the sake of argument, is there a specific citation in
This is,
runner?
I will look for it, but this is debate and it's not appropriate this time.
Mr. Chair, point of information. This has been used multiple
That's
times.
not, please continue with the ballot, Mr. Secretary. It's
Mr.
not.
Bost.
Hasn't it been used to silence me in the
I
middle of?
can't hear
I
the
mean,
people
this would be a
going
great
last
opportunity to say this is you're violating decorum. We are trying to act on an item. You are that is not a point of personal information.
Mr. Bost.
I'm going to have to pass because I couldn't hear what the chair said right before we started, so I'm not sure what I'm voting on.
It's
That was a point of personal privilege, by the way.
Mr. Chatterton.
I vote no.
Mr. Dark.
I vote yes.
Mr. Bracco.
Abstain.
Mr. Ford.
Pass.
Ms. Robson.
Pass.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
No.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Vinson.
Abstain.
Do you want me to come back to you, Mr. Nicola?
I vote aye.
Okay. Mr. Bost.
Is this an open meeting?
Yes.
Then I cannot sustain his ruling. It's a violation of the PM.
Okay. Mr. Ford.
Unfortunately, I have to vote against the chair on this one.
Ms.
Citing
Hayden.
Ronnie.
Ms. Robson. I'm sorry. Ms. Robson.
Okay, I abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 9-4-3.
All right, the ayes have it. The chair's ruling is sustained. We are at orders of the
Point
day.
of order.
Proceed directly. Oh, Mr. Chatterton, go ahead.
The previous vote is directly in contradiction with the special rules adopted by this body. Mr. Chair, you made a false statement, whether knowingly or not, that the policy manual is silent on this matter. The section that Mr. Boss just referred to for open meetings that I cited prior to the vote, section, I think it's 102, subsection 3, specifically refers to LNC members being disruptive during any portion of the meeting, can be excluded according to provisions of parliamentary authority, specifically referring, I believe, to those provisions that Mr. Ford just cited in Roner that calls for such a vote, and then continues on to state with the exception that such would require a 2/3 vote of the LNC. So this body cannot overturn that in this meeting, even with the sustaining of your ruling of the chair, and so therefore it is out of order, and I believe that motion should be void.
You're partially well taken. We're not excluding a member from participating. We're not excluding them. We are muting them when they are talking out of turn. It would be the same thing as a member speaking out of turn if they are not recognized. And Ronner has a very specific process laid out of how meetings are to go. It is the chair's duty to make sure that meetings go according to Ronner. So I do not believe it's in conflict. I do not believe it
specifically cites if a member of the LNC is being disruptive.
That's for exclusion. So your point is not well taken in this circumstance. We'll proceed with the orders of the day to a ballot.
Sir, your ruling is absurd.
I would appeal the ruling, except I already know.
We already voted on this. We just voted on this just now. It's the same exact thing.
Your ruling, Mr. Chair.
Dilatory. Please proceed to a ballot.
1 second, Mr. Chair.
Point of information, Mr. Chair.
We're in the middle of a ballot. What is your point of information?
How many children do you think have died in Iran while we do this nonsense?
At least 100. Probably a lot more.
Thank you,
Ballot's ready. Move to appoint Treasurer Redpath to fill vacancy on Awards Committee. Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
I'm sorry. The choice is Redpath or Noda.
Redpath. Just Redpath, yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Bost.
Noda.
Mr. Chatterton.
None of the above.
Mr. Dar.
Redpath.
Mr. Bracco.
Is abstain an option?
Yes.
I will abstain.
Mr. Ford.
Mr. Redpath.
Ms. Robson.
100% Redpath. I wanted to speak on behalf of that, but I never got to because of all the appeals. So thank you.
Mr. Neville.
Mr. Redpath.
Hold on 1 second. Mr. Martin.
Noda.
Mr. McGee.
Redpath on behalf of all the children.
I vote for Redpath. Mr. Koffel.
Redpath.
Mr. Redpath.
I will vote for me.
Mr. Thompson.
I will vote for Redpath.
Mr. Vinson.
Redpath.
Chair Nikela.
Redpath.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 12 for Mr. Redpath, 3 for Noda, and 1 abstention.
All right, the ayes have it. Congratulations, Mr. Redpath, to the Awards Committee.
Thank you.
Next up is resolution on executive session participation safeguards, moved by me. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, I'll hand the gavel off to Mr. Dar.
The motion is out of order for a number of reasons.
I'm sorry. Is Mr. Martin recognized?
Actually, he has risen his hand, so he is now recognized. Well,
my
actually,
apologies.
Did you want to first?
My apologies.
You'll be next up after Mr. Nikela. Did you wish to speak further to your motion?
Let's see here. I'll speak briefly. This is a motion to recognize our executive session. This is a motion that resolves that assurances will be taken by this board in order to maintain confidentiality. Let's see here. And it also puts into place certain safeguards that allow the chair to make determinations upon subject to appeal to protect those rights of confidentiality, which I would add are not only expected by board members, but according to DC nonprofit law, these are duties of board members as well. So I think it's time that the LNC takes a stand and says we're going to protect our confidentiality, which has been breached many, many times over the last 2 years. And that's exactly what this motion proposes to do.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Martin.
Yeah, I have a point of order that I'll raise after discussion, or I guess after this point, because I don't think that I should yield my floor time for that. Goodness gracious. So the chair wants unilateral authority to control who has access to what business. We had 2 parliamentarians take their time to show up and share their thoughts with us to urge us not to do something absolutely knuckle-draggingly retarded. And I agree with them, frankly. This is retarded. This is absolutely inexcusable. Everything on the agenda that you guys have brought today is a disgrace to the party. We have real business to attend to. We could be leading the way on solving the problem with immigration. We could be leading the way on fighting the war. But instead, we're here playing this stupid game. And so I hope the audience realizes that this is not just a caucus battle between different factions. These are people who hate you and want to break the rules to get their way. So I'm absolutely opposed to giving the chair unilateral authority to exclude anyone. And I think that this is a little bit crazy. If the chair thinks I've broken the law, I urge him to report me to the authorities because I have not done so. I'm happy to defend my good faith, my actions, and my duty of care. I've taken extreme care with the revelations that I have made under the whistleblower policy. I have taken very careful steps to ensure that those disclosures would not harm the corporation. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we have this just obvious kind of crap going on. And none of you have the courage to stand up to it. You're all taking part in it because you all have ambitions.
Point of
You ain't.
order.
So I will raise a point of order. This motion is out of order. It would violate the bylaws, much like many of the other things you guys want to do instead of dealing with the war in Iran or Fourth Amendment violations by federal agencies or Antifa infiltrations into the LP. We have a resolution to draw the line, just to say, hey, people who hate the NAP, that's not okay. But no, instead, you're trying to remove the guys who brought productive business to the LNC and actually want to do something. We can get media attention, guys. We can make this work. We can give our candidates power. We can actually do stuff instead of just attacking each other. But you notice that guys like me, we get elected, we're doing great. Then these guys get involved. You have controlled opposition, COINTELPRO network. They want secrecy. I want transparency. I'm not afraid of transparency. I'm not afraid of the members finding out what we say and what we do. I think we should share more openly, less secrecy, less opacity. Look at what the government is doing, guys. We need to lead. I understand the need for reasonable secrecy on things like contracts and certain kinds of legal advice, but right now it's being used as a weapon and it needs to stop. So we should not be covering misconduct, malfeasance, and fraud with secrecy. And this is an attempt, in my opinion, to try to basically allow the chair to unilaterally have more purge power. With that, I yield the floor.
Thank you, Austin. Mr. Chatterton?
Would like a ruling, Mr. Chair. Sorry to ramble on that, but this is out of order. It violates the bylaws, violates member rights.
Also, a point of order, I would argue that the next person to argue be in favor of the motion, not against it.
All right, we will. That is true. I should be requesting alternating points of view here.
Point of personal privilege.
All right, so I had point of personal privilege. Yes, Mr. Chatterton.
I would ask that person who's jumping the line to speak in favor not also call the question when there's several people who were the first, second, third, and fourth.
That's not a point of personal privilege.
That's not a point of personal privilege.
Though to be fair, I am not going to call the question. That's fair.
Thank you.
I think that's a fair request. I think that is a fair request.
Thank you, everyone. Please come back to order. That is a good request, though. Let me see. There was
one
Mr.
quick
Martin,
personal
Mr. Martin,
privilege.
you had.
I think this one is a valid one.
Mr. Chair, how much time left on this item?
I can just be recognized next. My hand went down automatically.
Okay. Yes, I do recognize you're next up, Mr. Chatterton. Mr. Martin, what was you made a my ruling was that it is in fact an order.
This violates the bylaws pretty clearly and explicitly. So unless you're
could you please cite the bylaw? Could you please cite the bylaw?
We just had the citation about our policy manual with the open meetings requirements.
Well, that's not a bylaw.
Fundamental member rights.
That's not a bylaw.
Everyone, please come back to order. Neither of you are
of regional rep.
Mr. Chatterton is the next one to be recognized. I was just making sure to speak to your.
And I think you're going to recognize Mr. McGee if you wanted to there.
Okay.
I appreciate the alternating position consideration.
Oh, all right. What's the next point? Alternating one would be probably Mr. McGee, unless the others are speaking for it.
Well, I mean, again, I would question Mr. Boss and Mr. Bracco about their positions prior to that because they had their hands up before I did. But other than that, I would assume I would be the first one speaking in favor of the motion.
If it wasn't clear, that's what I was trying to ask previously. Mr. Boss, Mr. Bracco, you're most likely speaking against it. If you're not, then you can go ahead and speak now. Okay, Mr. McGee.
Thank you. Actually, I'm not going to belabor the point. I'm just going to make the point that the assertions that Mr. Martin are making are specious at best. And while I can appreciate that there is concern about the way these matters are being handled, um, what I will say is that every 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 precaution that can be taken is being taken, even if it's not being broadcast publicly. Just because there is a whistleblower provision in a policy doesn't mean that you can disclose anything at will. For example, if you look at the examples of Snowden or Assange, they disclose things that actually happened because there was actual neglect happening. And once they disclosed that, it came to light. What Mr. Martin has disclosed is that there might, at some point, have been something resembling misconduct, and I would even hesitate to say that, about counsel. And so then propagated are rumors that, everything that the committee is doing is corrupt and that our counsel is engaging in illegal practices, which quite frankly is defamatory. And to disclose any information in connection with privileged communications is inherently a violation of the NDAs that both Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Martin signed. So, quite frankly, do what you will with this motion, but I've spoken my mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McGee. Travis?
If I could speak, I think I was
Oh,
initially.
excuse me. Yes, you did get out. I dropped you out of order. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Go ahead, Mr. Chatterton.
Sorry, Travis. I'll try not to take too long. So I agree with everything Mr. Martin said about the nature of this attempted weaponization of policy and resolutions and such. I would point out, in addition to all of that, however, that this is very specifically accusing me of violating executive session. This was not executive session. It was a discussion amongst the board members. There was no vote for executive session. It is blatantly and factually incorrect. I think according to the standard Mr. McGee just mentioned, things that actually happened. We didn't actually go into any executive session. Furthermore, none of the information that I disclosed was privileged in any way.
Attorney-client privilege.
There was no attorney-client privileged communications in that recording. There was only and specifically a recording of Mr. Redpath acknowledging that he committed a similar and further egregious violation to matters that he called for other members embezzlement. I don't agree with that characterization, but it would certainly seem to apply to Mr. Redpath's conduct based on his statements against others. And lastly, as I said, there have been repeated attempts to weaponize this behavior by Mr. Nikela, falsely making accusations that he absolutely should know better are not criminal offenses, disregard of whistleblower considerations, disregard of policies that this LNC did not adopt that would allow him to restrict access to counsel. We saw an example of this earlier in this meeting when a couple of superfluous questions to counsel were heard and then blocked from any substantive ones.
And
anyway,
we are
this is
Would you
inappropriate.
like to extend time?
I would move to extend time to allow the other people who already raised their hands to speak.
Second.
Mr. Chair, point of personal privilege.
Yes, Mr. Redpath.
Yeah, I just want to question Mr. Chatterton. Did you just accuse me of embezzlement?
No, I specifically said I do not believe that's the case.
Okay. But we're back to we need to extend time. So Mr. Chatterton has made a motion to extend time.
Objection.
Still have their hands raised.
The objection, but technically it's a 2/3 vote.
Yeah, I looked it up. It is a 2/3 vote to extend time.
Okay. This is going to be difficult with how many raised hands there are, so let me write this down.
Could I propose a potential friendly amendment? What if we move to extend by 15 minutes and take a short recess for 10 to allow everyone to use the restroom? And
I object.
Unfortunately, there are no friendly amendments. I wish there were in some cases, but that is not actually a thing.
Mr. Vice Chair, I have the order written down for hands raised.
Okay, thank you very much. I was just doing the same. All right, go ahead and lower hands. I have everyone down to Mr. Redpath there. The motion was to extend time for all those to speak that had their hands raised. That would still be limited to the individual speaking times. All those in favor, please use the hand raise function.
Mr. Chair,
yes.
Beforehand, it was a motion to extend time by 10 minutes.
By
point of I was intending specifically, I think I stated to allow for those individuals. I think
it would automatically start with them. It would automatically start with them. That's why we wrote down the list, but it was for 10 minutes.
I did not state 10 minutes, and I think those individuals provides a definitive bounding on that, as Mr. Dar pointed out, with the allotted speaking times for each of those individuals.
Could you please state your motion then?
I believe Mr. Dar had it correct. I'm happy to restate it if he wishes.
Go ahead for their understanding. Go ahead and restate it, please, Mr. Chatterton.
I believe what I said was that I moved to extend time to allow those individuals who have raised their hands to speak. Hopefully that is a close.
That's not in order because a motion to extend time has to include a period of time.
What's the duration for, what was it, 7 individuals to speak? I think we have 2-minute allotments.
2, 4, 6. Is that what you're saying? 2 minutes each, Mr. Chatterton?
That's what I understand it as. So 2 minutes.
I believe
each,
that's our normal limit.
That would be 14 minutes.
That'd be 12 because there's 2, 4, 6. There were 6 people.
6 people. Excuse me, I was wrong. So 6 people, 12 minutes.
Okay.
So there we go. That is the motion that is on the floor now. All those in favor of extending time, please raise your hand. By 12 minutes for those remaining.
I'm Mr. Dar, I'm in favor of extending time. I'm just having a little technical difficulties here.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm seeing 10 hands raised. Is that correct?
I counted 11 because Ms. Robeson raised her hand as well.
Okay, I missed that. So 11. All those, please lower your hands again. All those not in favor of extending time. Mr. Chatterton, I'm not including you.
Thank you.
I see 2 hands raised. 2 opposed. So 3 hands raised. That is still enough to extend time. Next up in order is Travis.
Yes, I'll be brief. Any current disputes notwithstanding, and my campaign for LNC against leaks and breaches of confidentiality, I would have to speak to no, just on account of the testimony from the parliamentarians, for that sole reason.
Thank you very much. Next up, Mr. Bracco.
If we're respecting the for and against, then I would pass to whoever is next in line, who is for.
I believe that Mr. McGee already spoke. He had his hand raised, so I'll go to Mr. Thompson then.
Mr. Vice Chair, that wasn't the motion was to take the list, so it would go to Mr. Bracco.
Okay.
It'll work. Everybody will have a chance to speak.
Okay.
Mine.
I don't like that it's the chair unilaterally. I don't like that it can be imposed ex post facto. I don't think that's the right way to do things. If you want to have something going forward, I think that I would actually be okay with that. I don't really like any of this stuff, but yeah, I don't. Is it in order to amend this resolution?
It would be.
Then I move to strike chair, insert LNC, and I guess strike subject to appeal. But I mean, anything the LNC does is the JC appeal. But yeah, let's do that.
Do you want to claim a level of vote by the LNC? Just majority vote?
It would need.
We'll start with that. If somebody wants to amend it to something higher, they can.
It would need 2/3 because it's a fundamental membership right, and it would also require 14 days notice.
I move that amendment.
All right, amendment has been moved. Is there a second?
Second it.
All right, Mr. Martin has seconded.
Give me a minute to write this out.
Okay.
And I'm going to share my screen. This is the amendment ballot, so it's okay that we can screw this one up. The intent is to strike right here. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And to make this that the
LNC
shall determine.
I guess to be clear, let's do by majority vote.
Shall determine by. I think Mr. Martin was correct. I would say 2/3.
Okay, sure. Then two-thirds.
I believe he's correct also.
By that the. I don't think I have. I do have a striking function. Hold on.
And then I think subject to appeal is redundant because any action of the LNC is subject to appeal. So I think let's strike that one too.
He's correct.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
There was something about 14 days.
Mr. Martin had cited that as far as membership rights with notices there.
Well, my understanding is this is just one amendment, and we can do an amendment to the amendment, and I'll leave that to other people to do.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Is
you.
that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Bost. Okay. Or Mr. Bracco, I'm sorry. Okay. I am ready for a vote, Mr. Chair.
Please bring the item to a vote.
Okay. Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
And this is just for clarification. This is just on the amendment to the motion. Is that your vote still yes, Mr. Bowler?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Dar.
Abstain.
Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
I'm going to abstain.
Mr. Neville.
I vote yes on the amendment.
Mr. Martin.
I'll pass.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I will vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
I'll vote yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Vinson.
Yes.
Mr. Nikela.
I will abstain.
Mr. Martin.
I would also abstain.
Mr. Chair, the vote on the amendment is 1105.
So the amendment passes.
Yes. Now let me, we can give me just a second here.
Well, I can still have the next person speak would be in the order.
Are
Time is
my
up.
are my
Time
2
is
minutes up?
No,
Oh, you
no,
can't.
but
That's right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's been
I
extended. Yeah,
apologize.
no, it
Yeah,
can do totally do that.
Are
yeah.
my 2 minutes up, and it's
No.
just the next person?
No, if you were not done, go ahead, continue on.
At the risk of being that annoying guy, is it in order to add a proviso to a resolution?
It's in order.
Yeah, it's in order.
Then I would move to amend the resolution to add the proviso. This resolution shall not apply to any events occurring prior to March 1st, 2026.
That is today.
Is there a second?
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
May I ask why?
Because I
Does it
don't
matter?
like it being ex post facto.
Why?
I said
Does
that
it
in my
matter?
opening.
Like, he doesn't have to justify that.
I second.
So Mr. Martin has seconded. Motion has been made and seconded with the proviso that did not apply to actions prior to March 1st, 2026. I see the secretary is busy creating yet another ballot for us. And some editing so we could probably see the new language there with the proviso.
Where do you want the proviso added?
At the bottom.
Resolved that or within the last resolved?
I'm not sure how this would fit into a resolution. I'm used to provisos on bylaws and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know that it would really be part of the language at all. It's just kind of like an attachment.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I feel what you're throwing down. Give me a second here.
Like an asterisk and that line right below everything else.
It's a conditional related to application.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second. I got you. I don't want that. No, stop it.
Is there someone under your chair?
Proviso that this resolution
Shall not apply to any
Shall.
events prior to March 1st, 2026.
March 1st, 2026.
Would you care to append any particular time or just March 1st in general?
At 12:01 a.m. I don't know. One second after it became March 1st.
Okay.
If it happened 9 o'clock this morning,
it would be 11:59 p.m.
11.
Well, I wouldn't want people to be allowed to disclose things for the next 2 hours. So sometime when did this meeting start? 7 o'clock? Let's say 7 p.m.
Okay.
How about March 2?
Well, he doesn't want the
No.
No, I don't want the future. No,
Right.
I don't want to create a window of opportunity. So
Right.
the beginning of this meeting,
Exactly.
7 p.m. Eastern.
Which was 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Events prior
sorry.
to March 1st, 2020, prior to 7:30
There's no opportunity thing that's already not allowed.
Eastern time.
Mr.
Like,
Martin, you're not recognized.
Neither were you.
Fair.
All right.
Okay.
Fair.
If I may, just there's no point where this is already allowed except under the whistleblower policy.
Hey, Mr. Barco, Can you look at the bottom of that and tell me if that is correct?
Yeah.
Except it's proviso, not previso.
Except with an I?
I think, proviso? Provis, there might be a second I.
Oh.
It's an L.
There's no spell check in Google Docs.
Provis.
Oh.
I-O? Or just O? Okay.
Just O, okay.
Oh, man. I need to take a
I'll
second
trust
again.
Mr. Brown. Okay. Is that correct?
Proviso, correct.
Yes.
I bet Mr. Bracco, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is my intention.
Okay. Okay, now I need to put my glasses back on.
Proviso.
Sure.
Okay, this is an amendment to the amended main motion. Proviso that this resolution shall not apply to any events prior to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, March 1st, 2026. Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Vote on the proviso, yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
We're on the main motion now. Sorry, I was
No. We're on an amendment
just
to the
amendment, okay.
motion. This is this is adding proviso that this resolution shall not apply to any events prior to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, March 1st, 2026.
Thank you. My apologies. Yes, I vote yes.
Mr. Dar.
Abstain.
Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Pass.
Mr. Neville.
I vote no.
Mr. Martin.
I'll pass.
Mr. McGee.
I vote aye.
I vote aye as well. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
I'll vote no.
Mr. Thompson.
No.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes.
Mr. Nicola.
I vote no.
Coming back, Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Abstain.
Mr. Martin.
I think I will abstain.
Okay, Mr. Chair, the amendment to the main motion is 9-4-3.
The amendment passes.
And then I ask that you give me 1 second.
I think we're probably on minute 18 of my 2 minutes, so I'll yield the rest of it.
All right, Mr. McGee.
Wait, what?
You were in line previously behind him.
Oh no. I already spoke to the motion.
Okay. That would bring us to Mr. Thompson.
I was actually just going to ask if we could have the text of the motion on the screen.
No, I refuse.
Fair.
Figure it out.
This secrecy shall not stand. Or something like that.
Give me 1 second.
Now that we've gotten and amended it on you.
Okay. This is the main motion.
No, I like the amendment. That's why I voted for it.
No, I just meant we're making sure that Evan works here and needing to put up a motion that has been amended.
And I really have to urinate, by the way. I'm just saying, I've had 2 of these.
So the bottle's empty now.
Oh, real close. Real close. Oh, you want me to fill it? Am I supposed to do that on camera or off camera? Okay.
All right.
I think I'm almost ready, Mr. Chair. Mr. Vice Chair.
Amazon warehouse skills.
Yeah, I'm ready. This is
Right.
I'm sorry, hold on. Because we
There
were
we
still
go.
in discussion. This is the main text.
We're just
this
it
is
was
correct.
just a request for the text.
Yep.
Was that all you needed, Mr. Thompson?
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Martin.
This on the main motion? Oh, I'm
We
sorry.
are we are on the main motion.
But it's a discussion on the main motion, right?
We're
That's
on
correct.
discussion. Can you come back to me in just a moment?
Oh, I'm sorry. How much time remains to discuss?
We're out of time here, aren't we?
No, it was 2 minutes for each, and we had interrupting things with amendments and stuff. So each of the members gets 2 minutes to speak.
I'll speak if it helps. I'll be very fast. I'm not sure that this actually accomplishes anything. It really just restates the existing rules on executive session, which already are in full effect. No one would be able to leak anything because we did or did not pass this or because of anything that we put on. It's a lot better of a resolution now that it's not a unilateral thing for the chair. But in my opinion, it's dilatory and fails to even express a coherent opinion due to the politically motivated circumstances around its introduction. And with that, I yield the floor. I probably will abstain.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, I thought it was 2 minutes for each person who had their hands up at the time.
It was, and Mr. Martin was, and then Mr.
And Mr. Redpath, you are the last person, so your 2 minutes start now.
I'm done.
You're done. Okay, thank you very very much, because I feel the same as Evan here on needing a break after this vote.
Ready to vote, Mr. Chair?
Yes, I'm ready to vote, Mr. Secretary.
Okay. Mr. Bowler.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
I'm not sure the parliamentary things were cleared, so no.
Mr. Chatterton.
Oh, sorry. I'll also vote no.
Mr. Dar.
I'll pass.
Mr. Bracco.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
I'll pass for now.
Mr. McGee.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Abstain.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes.
Mr. Nikela.
I abstain.
Mr. Dar.
Since I'm chairing right now, can I pass to the end?
Yes. Mr. Martin.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Dar.
I will also abstain.
The main motion is 9-5.
9-5. That has the main motion passing.
Oh, Mr. Dassing is here.
Welcome, Mr. Dessing. Good to see you.
Welcome, Mr. Dessing. You came just in time.
Mr. Chair, could we entertain a motion to take a temporary recess for 10 minutes?
I moved to recess for
I
10 minutes.
Five, please. Let's make it 5.
Oh, okay, I moved to recess for 5 minutes.
Half hour.
Second.
Pat,
For
shut
the
up.
5. For the 5.
Pat, shut up.
Excuse me. All right, come back to
I
order,
had my
please.
hand raised as well, and I was intending to move for 10 minutes.
I first heard.
I'm sorry, Mr. Redpath. I really would prefer 10 minutes. If you say 5, you're going to be waiting for an additional 5 minutes.
I heard
I
10
yield
minutes
to
and
the
I think-
secretary.
Can
Thank
we
you.
move to? I recognize Mr. Chatterton also wanted 10 minutes.
Let's make it 10:24, okay? 10:24
Okay.
Eastern.
Mr. Redpath, please come back to order, so that we can actually move on with this. All right. Motion has been made and second for a 10-minute recess. Is there any objection to a 10-minute recess? Not hearing an objection, we're going to a 10-minute recess. Thank you.
And let's please make it 10 minutes sharp, not libertarian time, okay? Thank you.
We're all having fun here.
I'd like to go all night if possible with this meeting.
Pat, I know. Pat, stop. This is not the COC.
I'm glad you're having fun. We haven't even gotten stuff yet.
Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. You have no idea. Oh my goodness.
And
we're having so much fun.
And apologies to anyone who had a drinking game for taking a sip every single time. Call blah 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 to order came up.
No, it's okay. They're dead now.
No. Sam, we've been having a great time. Don't take our fun away.
Yeah,
seriously.
No, I agree with Mr. Thompson. They are now
I'm on my
more
third
than
bottle
likely
of
deceased,
wine.
And so we'll do our best to include them in our memorial.
Like, I'm on my third bottle. It's just like, call Mr. to order. Okay, cool. Shot.
So, Mr. McGee, what would happen if someone, when we came back from the break, made a motion to adjourn?
I think we would have a heart attack.
I'd love some opinions on the Fourth Amendment Accountability Act and stuff. You know, you guys didn't really reach out to me about that. I'm curious. Is there any feelings about
that? You didn't really reach out to us about that either, to be fair.
Please end all resolutions. Please.
Well, we can do a lot of with endorsing legislation that can go into the federal, and we can get this introduced. Like, it's something that we can actually do.
I'm not opposed to that.
Leadership tone, for the Fourth Amendment.
I'd like to see you folks on the LNC get the chat feature opened for these online meetings. I think that would enable also LNC members who are.
Sam, could you turn on your webcam, please?
To be able to
for posterity
communicate there as well as ordinary members. Yeah, I'll turn my webcam. Hang on.
I like that. I hate being in a Zoom room when I can't even type the chat. Like, that's annoying. It feels good to be able to.
Austin, I agree with you on the transparency issues. If you would stick to that stuff, you'd be on point. And the chair, we've long had too much of a strong chair system, but I think your defense of Angela McArdle and some of the other stuff, the attacks on Bill Redpath are to my mind completely inappropriate. I mean, Bill Redpath working for an organization that happened to get some funding from Soros, it doesn't mean he was personally corrupt or had anything to do with any malfeasance or inappropriate. I mean, I've done petitioning. What he was doing was not anything out of the ordinary or weird in circulating multiple petitions at the same time. I think that there needs to be. I want people to be able to be heard on the board, but you do interrupt a whole hell of a lot. I don't like what they're trying to do in terms of muting you. It needs to be like a fixed temporary amount of time if it's for a disruption, not like just sort of at the discretion of like however long the chair wants to leave it in place. There's like no accountability there, and if you're muted, you have no way to say anything, especially if the chat is off. But also like attacking, Antifa, it's not a single organization. It's like anybody who wants to be Antifa can call themselves Antifa. And so there's no there. And when you have politicians like Donald Trump attacking them and saying, oh, this domestic terrorism, I don't like to see the LNC or the Libertarian Party piling on, because this really poses a threat to civil liberties. And encouraging government crackdowns on amorphous groups like this, which basically just means like any civilian they want to go after. The same with criminalizing loitering, which we've been fighting here in California. They recriminalize loitering with the intent to commit prostitution, and it's
If we want to fight back against the overreach, like, my philosophy on this is to really focus on the issues and really try not to just target people that I don't like. And the only exception to that is serious misconduct or an ideology that inherently opposes the NAP, right? And the term anti-fascist is not against the NAP, right? Like, it's not against the NAP to oppose fascism, right? We all agree on that.
Yeah.
But that constitute Antifa, because it's not one group, it's a whole bunch of groups. It's a global network, right? They're united by ideology, and the ideology that most distinctly characterizes them is a hardcore anti-NAP ideology, right? So I can
I
understand.
disagree with that. I think it's anybody that calls themselves Antifa, just like with Occupy. Yeah, it's like a lot of Occupy people were far left, but there were also Ron Paul people there, like myself, and people that were pro liberty.
In the minds of voters, those are the guys, and whether fair or not, Antifa are the guys that are burning down cities, that are bullying people into social conformity, and are absolutely opposing our way of doing politics and trying to call us into militancy and revolution on the streets. But we're a political organization, and that's not what we're for. So while I appreciate that they're anti-state, right, that doesn't mean that they're automatically NAP compatible. And my point is not to just beat up on anybody, but to try to draw clear ideological lines that help people kind of understand what we stand for, what we don't. You're not gonna, get like in trouble for associating with somebody from Antifa, but
Condemning property destruction would be a better tactic in that regard, I think, than going after Antifa by name.
So he's been calling people amongst the LNC, amongst the general membership, amongst various state parties, Antifa for months now. This resolution, its entire purpose is to create the pretext for claiming that certain people do not belong in the party. Okay, I mean, yeah, I have had my run-ins with people who identify as Antifa. Like, I've had my issues with them. However, I'm still capable of recognizing that that is a very broad term. There are a lot of people who use the Antifa name and symbolism, and then they just do things like organized mutual aid or organized protests. They distribute food to homeless people. Like, it's a very broad term. There are a lot of people who fall under that umbrella, and this is being presented at a time when the state is doing everything they can to label political dissidents Antifa because they've declared that a terrorist organization. This is a foot in the door towards labeling all political dissidents as domestic terrorists, putting them on watch lists, potentially imprisoning them. And so if this is passed, this is going to come across at best as extremely tone deaf. At worst, it's going to come across as a soft endorsement of what the Trump administration and what ICE is doing, because the right is pushing the idea extremely hard that
I mean, I appreciate your perspective on that, and
protests what ICE is doing is Antifa. Most of them are just community members who are trying to push back against the people occupying their cities and terrorizing the community. They're not hardcore Antifa members, but that is a narrative that's being pushed.
Yeah, though this has nothing to do with Trump or Antifa or Trump or ICE, though. This is a separate resolution.
Yeah, but here's the problem.
I'm saying that's the reason. I'm saying it's going to come
labeling
across as tone deaf.
I think Rose is right about that. I agree.
Yeah, when you start labeling people at all, I run a mutual aid organization, and that, believe it or not, and I'm probably one of the most radical libertarians in the country, that shit's been hurled at me.
Yeah.
Right? I routinely act for a living, I act as an independent media person, and I go to all protests. Now, right now, the right, in terms of the Republican Party, protests nothing because, quite frankly, they're emotionally fulfilled. And I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being correct. All right. I go film a PSL, which is the Party for Socialism and Liberation rally, and I get accused of all sorts of shit, despite the fact that I'm the most anti-government person in Rhode Island. Exhibit that. I agree.
Like we stand for the non-aggression principle, not just
but using labels is anti-NAP.
No, that's not true. In fact, it's
you're making assumptions about people that anyone who uses that term must be anti-NAP. You have zero evidence of that.
I'm not anti-NAP, but you would, under your categories, I could be potentially assumed anti-NAP.
Yeah, no, you would absolutely be accused of being anti-NAP if using the definition he's using.
Some of us have been accused of that.
I have no place in my life for identity politics, whether it comes from Republicans, Democrats, or Libertarians.
As an organized ideology, Antifa opposes the NAP and embraces violence. So even if they
According to who? Where are you getting this information?
Antifa isn't really
It's
an
a
organized
rhetorical question. I know
ideology.
exactly where you're getting this information.
My CIA contacts have not said anything about that.
voters are scared of that. And
I got to
The
tell you, dude,
voter, oh my God, no, they're not. This just shows what a fucking bubble you live in.
as someone who attends probably 10 to 15 protests a month along the East Coast, I'm not even sure Antifa even exists anymore. Right? I mean, I haven't seen Antifa in probably the last time I saw the Proud Boys, and the last time I saw the Proud Boys, it's been a while. So I don't.
These
Who was
terms come and go. I
We
mean, there's
are-
a group called the
We are
Black
back to order.
that I would say probably substantially overlaps with Antifa. There's people that call themselves, revolutionary communists that probably substantially overlap with Antifa, but none of these are formal organizations.
You guys
you
are
know?
just
It's
realize
just
trials again, which
I
is
bet
like
I think the more Working Family Party, PSL, and Democratic Socialists and Marxist rallies, and I have yet to see anyone ever
Time on this, please.
Hey, everybody, we are
10
back
minutes.
to
10 minutes is up. We need to go to orders of the day, please.
Oh, come on.
That's what I'm trying to do right now, everybody. Thank you.
Well, that would be the chair.
It's not libertarian, and anybody who tries to defend it is against libertarianism. The NAP must be upheld. I don't care who you are, which side you're on. If
You just
think
want to remove order from the party who oppose your agenda.
Everybody,
Orders of the day.
Orders
Orders
of the day.
Orders of the day.
We
Let's
are
go.
no longer open discussion. Thank you.
Mr. Dar, are you calling the meeting back to order now at 10:20?
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
I already had.
Hey.
All right. Which item are we on now, Mr. McMahon?
Resolution on protection of privileged and confidential materials.
All right.
I
Chair
am moving
Nikayla.
that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
What's the question?
We are on item F.
Item F.
Thank you.
Resolution on protection of privileged and confidential materials.
Can that resolution be put on screen at the when
Can we
possible?
please place that on the screen? And Mr. Nikayla, would you please speak to your motion?
Absolutely.
Also, hold before you do, just to notify, Mr. Dassing is now in the room, and so is Mr. Ben Weir. Go ahead, Mr.
Thank
you, Nikayla.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary. So I will be speaking in regards to item F, which is resolution on protection of privileged and confidential materials. Much like the motion that preceded it, it outlines that in 102.4, our policy manual limits the use of recording in executive session and areas where confidentiality is required. We've had it in the past term. We've had confidential materials leaked. We had the study done by Debbie Mason, which was marked confidential leaked. We've had discussions that were promised to be confidential leaked. In many cases, we have materials leaked that were notably marked confidential. What this does is it allows the chair to do what the other motion did, which is people who are leaking documents to be limited to documents or to be limited to only open session, that they would not be given privileged or confidential material. So that is what the motion does, much like the one that preceded it. And I think that's all I've got for it.
Is this the whole resolution that's in view, or is there more that's
I think there might be a bit missing, Mr. Chatterton. I think you're right. There we go.
objection. Point of order. I believe this is dilatory. It's a motion without effect.
It is a resolution.
Then it is redundant.
That does sound like an argument against it, but it is a resolution. All right, the resolution has been presented. Mr. Martin has spoken against it. Is anyone else wishing to speak to the resolution on the floor? Mr. Chatterton.
I have a point of order, I guess. I believe this motion is out of order. It violates member rights, and I believe it also obstructs required duties that directors have a duty of inspection or a right to inspection, I think more accurately. And attempting to do that without due process again will inhibit that from happening and prevent that. And I believe this is being brought specifically to cover up misconduct, and this board should not entertain these kind of cover up maneuvers.
I move we postpone this or table it indefinitely.
There's a point of order on the table.
Oh, sorry. You're right.
Point of, I hadn't considered that, so I'm thinking for a moment. I'm sorry.
Thank you for the thorough consideration.
And just to clarify, this resolution would only be pertinent to members who've expressed their inability to provide credible assurances of confidentiality. It would not give the chair blanket authority to decide who gets what. They would have to show that they cannot be trusted with confidential material.
Point of order, I call for quorum.
Did you say quorum or decorum?
Quorum.
There's
quorum
quorum.
call.
There's quorum.
There is?
Okay. Yeah. We're all here.
Okay.
There's actually more people here now.
Yes.
Irony.
At least physically.
Shake the crowds, could you? All this delay.
Mr. Dar, can I give my opinion?
Sure. I'll take your opinion there because I'm still trying to weigh this.
I hate to say this, Mr. Nikela, but I think it is actually well taken. I think that it would require a vote of censure and a vote of the whole board to do it. And it wouldn't be conditional on somebody saying that they won't do something. It would be somebody proving that the board voting that they had done it and then voting to suspend their access. So I think this particular portion would be out of order.
Thank you, Mr. McMahon. Yes, Mr. Chatterton, your point is well taken. It is out of order as it is currently written. It would need further safeguards placed in that were related by the other members here.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair.
I would, I would make a motion that could cure the concern, which would be a motion to strike chair and say the LNC.
I don't think that's the issue. I think that the language of it in totem
in toto.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that the whole thing it doesn't need to be stated like this. It's something that if Mr. Dar leaked confidential information and under the policy manual or the resolution that we just adopted, that would then be a censure vote by the LNC as a whole body, which could attach a suspension of access to confidential materials. But absent a vote saying that somebody has done something, I don't think that this would be within order. I partly agree with Mr. Chatterton, but partially disagree. I believe the board can protect itself by limiting access to records and documents when a bad actor has proven that they're a bad actor. But I believe that that would require that previous resolution being enacted and a vote of the 2/3 of the board to say you violated this resolution, you violated this confidentiality, and now you aren't allowed to have access again. So I don't know that this can be cured within that. But I could be wrong. That there are other smarter people than me.
If I can quickly
So I guess the
clarify,
question is, okay.
Mr. Chatterton, go ahead.
I just wanted to clarify. My point is not that the board cannot protect itself from such. I think in line with most of what Mr. McMahon said, that it requires proper due process to restrict members' rights to do that.
And Travis has patiently had his hand up. Travis?
This may be slightly off topic from the preceding conversation, but I don't know how I didn't catch this on the last resolution. I'm not sure that the resolution is the right way to go about this. Because I mean, what do we even do with the resolution? Does it go in a book? What is this?
It becomes a resolution, a policy. It's not in the policy manual, but it becomes a standing resolution.
It is binding.
Version. Yeah.
It is binding.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But Mr. Vice Chair, you having ruled this out of order, unless there is a ruling of an appeal to the ruling of the chair, then the orders of the day are to move on to the next item.
That's what I was about to do.
I called the orders of the day.
All right, that'll bring us to the next item. I believe that's G on the agenda.
Yes.
Lovely. I still get the gavel. Okay.
You're almost done. I'm not.
Chair, I'd like to rise to a point of order.
Yes, Mr. Martin.
Thank you. The proposed item on the agenda proposes a secret trial without proper disciplinary process. Or I don't know if it's secret, maybe it's not going to go into executive session, but I guess that was what I assumed. But if that's the case, this would be out of order, even if it's not secret.
Point of information, is that actually what the motion proposes?
I was about to ask to see the motion and for it to actually be made so that I know if it is in order or if it is not.
Number 7.
Would you like me to read the motion?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Nikela.
All right, my proposed motion is, whereas Section 1.024 of the LNC Policy Manual provides that no recording shall be made in executive session and that participants must maintain confidentiality regarding executive session discussions, and whereas the LNC Policy Manual prohibits recording in executive session and requires strict confidentiality, and whereas Andrew Chatterton, Region 1 Representative, willfully recorded an executive session involving LNC legal counsel and publicly released an excerpt, and whereas Austin Martin, Region 1 Alternate, distributed, shared, otherwise disseminated that executive session recording or its contents, as well as publicly disclosed privileged counsel communications that were not authorized for public release, and whereas the LNC has previously found it necessary to censure Austin Martin for prior misconduct, and this further breach demonstrates an ongoing disregard for the standards of trust required of members of this committee, resolved that the Libertarian National Committee hereby censures Andrew Chatterton for willfully recording and releasing executive session material, and resolved that the Libertarian National Committee hereby censures Austin Martin for distributing or disseminating executive session recordings, excerpts, or contents, and resolved that the LNC declares any future recording or dissemination of executive session material to be a grave offense warranting the strongest remedies available under the governing documents and rules.
Back to
the motion stands.
Mr. Chair, this is a disciplinary motion, and on top of that, I'm not sure it's in the exact same form it was originally suggested in, but assuming that it is, I believe that this would be out of order. We're not going to have an opportunity to make a proper defense to the allegations in question, and I think that this should not be considered.
I would request a second before debate.
First of all, second, and I had my hand up.
Yes, Mr. McGee.
First of all, this may be a little counterintuitive, but in accordance with the ethics policy that we adopted, both Mr. Martin and Mr. Chatterton are due process rights. And so what I would request at this time is that they be allowed to defend themselves against the accusations alleged in the motion. That's all.
Do you mind if I speak to the motion, Mr. Vice Chair?
Go ahead, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I was trying to say, Mr. Vice Chair, Mr. Martin did call a point of order.
Do you want to dispense with this point of order before we get to debate?
Yes. You have to before you move on to
point of order. I am trying to understand why a censure would not be able to occur as a public vote if this did go to a executive session. I could see some concerns there, but as long as this is all public, I rule this as an order.
And as such, I would request that both Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Martin be given an opportunity to defend themselves.
So I will speak to this motion. This isn't the first censure of Mr. Martin. This isn't the first time we've had issues with confidentiality breaches on this committee. Back in September, Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Martin aggressively and consistently asked for a confidential meeting with our general counsel. There was demands being made for answers to questions. They were not happy it wasn't on their timeline, which was right away. We promised answers to those questions. We had our confidential meeting with counsel at their request. It was a long night. Many of you were there. The answers to their questions, we agreed, as long as they both agreed to keep it confidential, which they said they would, were given on a private email thread that Mr. Austin Martin released to the public list. After that, we come to find out that Mr. Chatterton was, unbeknownst to the body, recording the entire session and released an excerpt to his personal YouTube channel. Not only does that violate confidentiality according to the rules of this committee, not only does that violate the fiduciary duties of a board member, but it also violates the law. Florida, California, Michigan, DC are all two-party consent states. We all had people there. I did not consent to a recording. I did not appreciate being in a call that was discussing sensitive legal material that Mr. Chatterton, unbeknownst to us, recorded and decided to release an excerpt of. So that means that, in my view, Mr. Chatterton cannot be trusted. He has no concern for the rules of this committee, and quite frankly, this whole scenario with the questions being asked, I believe were for him to record and later release. So I cannot, in good faith, engage in any executive session with Mr. Chatterton as well as Mr. Martin. We've told them again and again and again what is confidential. It has been released. Things have been continually released under the guise of whistleblower policy, which is, in my view, not correct. Not everything this is magically a whistleblower complaint and is therefore no longer an executive session. So these two cannot be trusted, and it's been shown time and time and time again. And I think this body needs to do something about it within our ability, which is to issue a formal censure. I think that's the very least we can do. It's not the first time that Mr. Martin's been censured. May not be the last time. I don't know. It's up to them, quite frankly. But the continuous disregard for the rules, the continuous disregard for our confidentiality, something needs to be done about it. And I think it's time that this body stands up and puts our foot down and shows that we do have backbone to be able to enforce the rules or say when something is wrong when it's been continually breached. And I don't believe that this will change Mr. Martin and Mr. Chatterton's minds on these issues. I think they will continue to move forward with these breaches. And that's why I've made the motions that I have today, because I do not trust them to be involved in executive session hearings. So I don't know what more to say. I mean, this isn't the first time. It probably won't be the last. We need to do something about it. This is the least we can do. So that's my proposal.
Thank you, Mr. Nikela. I see Mr. Chatterton.
To clarify quickly, is there the standard 2-minute time limit, or with Mr. McGee's request for proper defense, does that extend that time?
I think technically they're entitled to an extended time under the ethics policy.
Yes. Let's call the time for your defenses 4 minutes. We'll double it.
I'll do my best to work within that. So first and foremost, it looks like
Mr.
Mr.
Chatterton,
McMahon.
I think maybe we should have other people speak and then allow you two to finish.
I welcome that suggestion.
And I still have my.
We'll come back around to you then. Travis, then Evan.
Yes, this came up back in December or not September, and there was a big discussion at the time. I don't think it was ever established that any breach actually occurred or any information that was released was actually privileged or executive or legally protected information. So I think this is a moot issue at best. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary?
So my feeling on this is we went into this meeting believing that it was confidential, that we were going to be asking questions of our attorney, that we were in a quasi-executive session, but at least communicating privately with our attorney. Whatever the reasoning is, whatever the gotcha is for however sensational the clip may be, it was still recorded, which is bad faith. It's going into the meeting, recording it. I don't want to be in a meeting where we're supposed to be talking about confidential things and fearing that it's being recorded and that maybe I misstep, maybe I misspeak, maybe I get frustrated and yell at somebody, and then that ends up on YouTube. Or somebody else. I wouldn't want it to happen to anyone else. And I feel like I've personally done my best to try to um, keep some of you informed and be there on your behalf when things weren't going well or great. And it makes me uncomfortable. It made me very uncomfortable having that clip posted to YouTube. And I wasn't even speaking in it, but I was in the meeting. And I think it was wrong. And it violates the trust of the rest of the board. And I don't know that this resolution will do anything, but I hope that there can be some sort of trust rebuilt and reinstalled. We've got 90 days left, or we're within the 90-day window to Grand Rapids. I'd like for us to try to work together to get some of these things. I put forward Mr. Martin's Iran resolution. I'd like for us to get to that. I'd like for us to do that, but I'd like for us to have trust to work together. That's all. I yield my time.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Travis?
That's my second and last comment. I don't think any prior censures for whatever other reasons those took place are relevant to discussion here. So I would not consider those in voting today.
Thank you very much. Mr. Boulder?
Yes, I joined the board back in was it August, I think, and at the time I was advocating a lot for Mr. Martin and Mr. Chatterton. I was trying to mediate, and I was told so many times that they were going to leak this information, especially if it was put in writing, and I begged that they at least give them a shot. And they certainly made a fool out of me, and I regret having given them that chance, which is why I'm not advocating for them anymore. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boulder. Mr. Chatterton or Martin?
Heavily go first, if that's all right.
Go ahead.
So we've heard a lot of claims about this stuff and why this is wrong. I appreciate particularly the points you raised, Mr. McMahon. I think those are all very reasonable. And to just start off with the simplest points first in response to all this, but I'll come back to yours more specifically. just with the factual nature of the statements made in the motion, it claims that it was an executive session. It was not. There is no vote. If this assertion is held to, I would demand that the board produce documentation or evidence that this was executive session. Furthermore, as has been touched on, Mr. Martin and I have both declared whistleblower protections under our specific policies. Actually, I think under the ethics policy that specifically exists there, very specifically about the matters that we have brought up and looked into. The claim about the willful recording of the executive session, publicly released an excerpt. Mr. Nikela very quickly glossed over the reason and what that was sent in response to, which was his, I believe, libelous statement against me, claiming that our actions, which I believe are our duties as directors of the corporation and leaders in the party, demand that we follow up what we have observed, which has been extensive misconduct by several members of this board. Mr. Nikela very specifically made a public claim that I cost this board $25,000 in pro bono representation for my, I believe he said, inappropriate investigations and inquiries in that. And this clip very specifically demonstrated that there were conflicts on the SIC, that every member of this board that was present in this meeting was aware of them, and very specifically that our counsel was aware of them. All of those individuals took action after this meeting to suppress any consideration of those conflicts, took actions that they knew were specifically inappropriate based on that this report was being used as basis for litigation then, and it's being used as basis for litigation now. Mr. Nikela kept under wraps for a very long time, but has demonstrated that he intends to sue the former chair of the party based on the claims made in this investigation report, which has been demonstrated to be self-contradictory and has been demonstrated to have numerous conflicts of interest by those who conducted the investigation. Those claims have been extensively raised and have been ignored by a majority of this body. So to the points that I addressed for Mr. McMahon, I absolutely agree. We should all be able to have trust in each other when we're going into these meetings. And I would hope that we could finish this term strong, as he suggested. And I appreciate the steps that he's taken in recent times to demonstrate a commitment to upholding our duties and handling very significant matters appropriately in recent times. However, though, that cuts both ways, is that members of this board should also be able to trust that other members were not going to sweep things under the rug, that are not going to support egregious conflicts of interest. They're not going to support kangaroo courts that claim to go through a thorough investigation and claim to provide due process, but actually invoke disciplinary actions on this process while specifically dodging the requirements for such policies and for such disciplinary actions that this board has very recently upheld and affirmed and strengthened. So as we've seen tonight, and as we've seen done with the SIC report, this is a complex, probably years-long effort to subvert this body, subvert this party, for a means to invoke disciplinary actions and repercussions against those who have stood in the way and stood against this corruption, and trying to avoid proper due process. I appreciate the ability to speak on this matter tonight, but I think this resolution or motion to censure has numerous objectively false statements, and it glosses over numerous elements of the scenarios. Mr. Nikela has made multiple, I believe, defamatory statements against me. He's doubled down on them, and he continues to make those claims as though, that it's not our duty to bring such conduct to light. So I'm against this motion. I believe I'm innocent of the matters that are alleged in it. And I hope this body doesn't decide to take up this censure resolution, which makes these objectively false statements about me.
We're at time on this item, I think.
That is correct, Mr. Redpath. It isn't, Mr. Secretary? I see you shaking your head.
Mr. Martin still gets his 4 minutes.
Yes.
Correct.
That would be the last. I had already said 4 minutes previously, and nobody objected to that. So if Mr. Martin wants his 4 minutes, he'll be the last speaker then, unless we extend time.
I move that Mr. Nicola be given 4 minutes to respond. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any opposition to giving Mr. Nicola 4 minutes to respond at the end? Not hearing any, we'll hear from Mr. Martin first and Mr. Nicola. Thank you.
Right, Mr. Nicola is going to speak. I'd love it if he responded to Mr. Chatterton, and then I'll go.
I'll wait to the end.
I'll yield.
Mr. Martin, you yield? Okay.
I will yield it.
Yield then. Okay, yield your time. Mr. Nicola.
There's a few things I want to say. I think probably number one, I want to point out the fact that Martin and Chatterton, the reason that we lost our pro bono legal counsel, which we determined would be valued about $25,000, is because they've consistently harassed our legal counsel to the point where he no longer wished to work with them because he didn't want to work under them. He didn't want to be in any purview with them. There's a material loss of $25,000 to Region 1 due to the actions of Mr. Martin and Mr. Chatterton. That's undisputed. That's number one. Number two is, Chatterton is saying that I'm disparaging him or whatever the case is. Florida state law is what it is. I think you committed a crime. If you disagree, that's perfectly okay. Fine by me. You mentioned something else. You mentioned what else was it? It was the whole thing with our legal counsel. I don't know. There's so many other things that I can barely remember. But during this term, it's been nothing but distractions from Mr. Chatterton and Mr. Martin, being terrible to our legal counsel, being terrible to members of this board. Mr. Chatterton, I would never go into business with you. I would hate to have you on a nonprofit. I think that at every single turn that there's been an obligation for you to remain confidentiality. There's been an obligation to act we're the right side of the board. You've taken the opposite road. So I don't even know what else to say. It is what it is. We'll just go to a vote.
Thank you. Let's go to a vote on this item. Mr. Secretary.
So do I get to talk?
No.
You yielded.
You
You yielded your time.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's everybody else keep quiet, please.
I yielded my objection, Mr. Chair, not yield my time. And you decided to let Stephen go first. So now it's my turn.
I clarified and asked if you yielded your time. Did you not hear me state that?
I objection very clearly.
I did not hear you object.
Well, that's not my fault because I did object.
You did not.
I yielded my objection. I did not yield my time.
Mr. Chair, let's proceed to a vote.
We're proceeding to a vote unless
I just get accused.
Others extend time.
Mr. Vice Chair, I know people are going to kick me in the room, but I believe that you should just go ahead and give Mr. Martin the 4 minutes to speak.
I object. I object to that.
We can go to a vote.
I second Mr. If it's an amendment or resolution, let's just let him speak so that we don't.
I object. I object. We've heard enough tonight from Austin Martin. I object.
There's an objection. Let's go to a vote on extending the time for Mr. Martin. Sorry to do that to you, but
can you just do a hand raised?
Let's just do a hand raise. All those in favor.
A roll call.
Really, Mr. Martin?
How many children just died?
Absolutely, I'm on a roll call because this is why we're talking about resolutions. We are having this.
You just lost my vote, Mr. Martin.
I don't care. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm not going to kowtow to your guys' demands. You just heard Mr. Nicola. We're not on the right side of things. We're on the opposition. So he can do whatever he wants to us. And you guys apparently will support him. Real sad. If you ever got elected, you guys would clearly be working against us.
It's amazing that you can actually work against the people who are trying to help you speak.
Let's all come to order for a moment. We're going to bring this to a vote for extending the time because I previously understood it as ending the time. So
there wasn't notice So it's not like, I mean, the charges are not clearly spelled out.
Orders of the day, please.
Martin, 4 minutes.
We are coming to a vote on the extension of time for Mr. Martin.
Arnold, I'm being framed right now, and I cannot speak in my own defense. Just like McCardle. And just because you can't see the knives around her doesn't mean they're not there. Just
Your
like
4 minutes has not yet begun.
my 4 minutes, you're right. It has not.
Let's all come to order, please.
Move to extend time to give Mr. Martin 4 minutes to speak on motion.
This requires a 2/3 vote, does it not?
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowler.
Yes, to give Mr. Martin 4 minutes to embarrass himself.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
I'll vote yes.
Mr. Dar.
Abstain.
Mr. Dassing. Mr. Dassing. You're in the room, aren't you? You were.
Well, what about Mr. Bracco?
Hold on. Mr. Dassing, you're muted.
Come back.
Why don't you come back around to him?
Come back. Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
As much as he did yield, I'm going to vote yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
I'll abstain.
Mr. McGee.
Yes, to give him an opportunity to embarrass himself further.
I am voting no because I wanted to give it to you, but you had to be mean. Mr. Koffel.
Sure.
Mr. Redpath.
No.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Benson.
Yes, but you did yield.
Mr. Nikela.
Yes.
Mr. Dassing. I see Mr. Dassing. Mr. Bracco.
I'll vote yes.
That is over 2/3.
12-2-2.
Okay, Mr. Martin.
Well, there's not even a nod to proper process here. Anybody can win a rigged game. And if your case is so good, why you need to break the rules? Why you got to make them up as you go? Right? So here's the thing. We've already heard it was an executive session. We've taken great care not to disclose things that are sensitive. And I stand by that I have absolutely abided by the policy manual and that I have absolutely respected confidentiality to the maximum degree. And that all of my disclosures are centered around exposing serious misconduct for which there is no internal recourse mechanism available. When coordinated misconduct occurs, the corrupt majority can ratify their own misconduct, as we saw tonight. So without saying too much about that, because I don't think the facts matter to anybody who will actually be voting, I think that one thing I'd like to highlight is that Mr. Bowler and Mr. Nikela misrepresented the situation pretty substantially. They tried to force me to send all my emails through Mr. Bowler for pre-approval in order to have public list access. And the chair had cut off my access prior and then strong-armed me and tried to threaten me and leverage me and blackmail me, kind of, so to speak, into submitting to this ridiculous membership rights violation. So that's just an example of Mr. Bowler. Mr. Nikela said we begged for this meeting. We did not. We begged for written answers that could not be hidden behind silly, vague stuff and executive privilege if it really came down to criminal activity, because that's what I think is going on here. The JFC is over, and the money there is basically being held up, I think, on a novel, really dubious legal theory. And there's some lawyers interested in doing this for some reason, and that money is probably owed to the state parties. And it's not the only bit of money that could be in this. There's actually a lot at stake here. And I believe that they've made significant misrepresentations about the entire party situation in order to get a private benefit, their personal political advantage. We just had a major data breach, and there is no discussion about stopping the individual who is a major organizer for the Alliance Caucus that is in line with Antifa and supports
Decorum.
Antifa. That is decorum. Antifa is an ideology that is not compatible with the NAP, and it's why I brought a resolution to draw the line, not to hurt anybody's feelings, but we should not be teaming up with communists. We should not be teaming up with socialists. We should not be teaming up with Nazis or fascists. We stand for the non-aggression principle. It is a beautiful philosophy, and I love it. And I want to see it upheld and enforced and enshrined into the law. I want to draw us back to the thing that unites us. And so I have taken incredible lengths to make sure that there's productive business on this broken board. And I will continue to do so, even if they continue to attack me and mistreat me and defame my good name and lie about me, because I am one of the only members that's willing to stand up and tell the truth. I take a great risk in doing so, and I do not take it lightly. But I think it's necessary because liberty matters. And that's why I brought the resolutions I did today, not just resolutions, but real policy options that are backed by real action that can produce real results, that can shift the window and actually give people something to talk about other than how dysfunctional we are. I don't want to leak anybody's information. But if I see millions of dollars at stake, if I see people hustling, if I see membership rights violations and injustices and knives at the back of our best activists when they start to really shine, come on, guys. We know COINTELPRO is real. We know what the government has already done to this party. We know what our adversaries and the political adversaries that we have will do in order to get their way. We are under attack, and we have been. And this is punishment, I believe, from Democrat-aligned and far-left-aligned groups that are intending to punish, disable, and change the game for us because it is in their political interest to do so after we made such a big difference in the last election.
Orders of the day, please.
And thank you very much, Mr. Martin. You are
Well, hold up. Okay, gotcha.
We would not have had Ross Ulbright freed. We would not have had them talking about
orders of the day, Mr. Chair. Orders of the day, please.
We are at time.
It has been called for.
Yeah, and she made us so much money. She brought in so much money, and you guys
orders of the day.
We are at time.
Orders of the day.
We are at time.
Get the treasurer's report today.
We're now going to the vote.
You need to
Thank
answer.
you very much.
And I
Point of
also
order, board members should not be muted without a vote.
He's been muted. He's just screaming over himself.
Okay, my apologies.
I would have liked to have talked to this, but we're out of time.
We are out of time. I'm sorry, Mr. McGee. I saw somebody else's hand raised. We are going to the vote. This was at time.
Mr. Bowler.
This could have been avoided, but whatever.
Especially after lying about me. Yes.
Which is what I was going to mention, but yes.
Mr. Bost.
No.
Mr. Chatterton.
No.
I recorded your extortions.
Mr. Dar.
Pass.
Point of order. Mute Mr. Martin.
Mr. Dassing. Mr. Dassing. Mr. Bracco.
Pass.
Mr. Ford.
Pass.
Ms. Robson.
Yes.
Mr. Nebel.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
I'll pass for now.
Mr. McGee.
Don't fucking impugn my chair. Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Absolutely.
Mr. Vinson.
Abstain.
Mr. Nikela.
Yes, and you would have known about the demand letter if you bothered to show up in December.
Mr. Dar.
Since I'm chairing currently, I wish to vote at the end.
Okay. Mr. Dassing. Or, I'm sorry, Mr. Bracco.
I'll abstain.
Mr. Ford.
I'll abstain. Wait a minute. No, I'm going to change that. You recorded a meeting, dude.
It wasn't a meeting.
Was that yes, Mr. Ford?
It was a meeting, by the way. It was a meeting.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I cannot hear the person voting.
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Ford.
I'm still going to abstain. Jesus Christ Almighty.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Mr. Ford. Are you voting yes or abstain?
Abstain.
That wasn't Mr. Ford's voice.
Sorry.
Mr. Ford.
I'm sorry, Mr. McMahon. That was my exasperated voice. I abstain.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Martin.
I think this vote violates the bylaws and is an improper.
Just vote.
To abstain from voting.
Have
You're
fun.
abstaining?
Have fun.
Okay. Mr. Dar.
I don't believe my vote matters in this instance, right? If I just abstain?
That is correct.
That is correct. I shall abstain then.
Mr. Chair.
Let me record the vote unless there's something wrong with the vote. Okay, the vote, Mr. Chair, is 9-2 to 5.
All right, that passes then.
I think Mr. Bost had a question or something.
Yeah, I just want to apologize for my outburst a moment ago.
Thank you very much. That is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Also, I apologize for all of mine. It's been an interesting night.
I don't apologize for a goddamn thing.
Thank you, Pat. That's why I love you.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
That's why we work so well on the COC.
All right. That brings us to item H, and I can hand the gavel back to Mr. Nikela.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair Daw. We are back to our regularly scheduled programming. There is a motion to go into executive session related to the data security incident moved by Mr. Chatterton. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yeah. Executive session. This is one of the appropriate uses for executive session. What do you know? Except the problem is that there's a very element and
is Mr. Martin recognized?
Hold on, wait, don't speak. Let me just Mr. Martin, go ahead.
Thank you. I don't think there's I don't know. I just want to be careful about the abuse of secrecy. I think our members deserve answers. And so whatever happens in executive session, I really hope that we will try to be as transparent as we can while still being, sensitive to the things that do need to remain confidential. That said, I have evidence completely independent of my activities on the LNC that is not subject to executive privilege. And, if there's not transparency, I'm going to do what I have to do because it's directly related to our ongoing whistleblower investigation. I yield.
Cool. I'll have you in touch with my attorney.
Please, let's. All right. All in favor of going into executive session, please raise your hand. One, two, three, four, five. All right, please lower your hands.
I'm sorry, what was the question? In favor of executive session?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 6. All opposed, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to refrain from executive session, and I'd like to state the reason for my abstention in voting and abstaining from executive session. I believe that what happens there will be mischaracterized by the corrupt majority on this board, and that if I go in there, that the only defense I will have is my word against yours about what actually takes place there. I trust the
Point of order. This is
Order of the
already
day.
defamatory.
Point of
I'm just
information, didn't we just vote not to go into
We voted not to. The members listing his reason for abstaining.
Fair.
Thank you.
I retract my comment.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Chair,
Martin.
point of information.
Point of information, Mr. Ford.
Does this mean that we will not discuss the alleged data breach at all?
It does. Well, yes, because it's a motion moving to executive session. So that motion has died. The only thing I can say publicly at this point is what I've addressed the board, which is that our insurance carrier is investigating.
Point of information. So
Point of information.
Because there is an executive committee meeting after this, hypothetically, could the executive committee that includes Pat Ford go into executive session to consider this later?
Only if it's on the agenda.
Well, technically, even if it wasn't, could it be amended?
The directors deserve to know who did this, and we need to be
All right,
able to
hold
act.
on. We're speaking out of turn now. We're going to move to item I, which is out of order because its motions are pertinent to reports on data security incidents.
Point of order. I've made a point of information that you haven't ruled on the point of information.
The point of information would be a request for information. The ExCom can take it up, but it would require.
So they can.
Yes.
That's all you have to say.
Correct.
And then we're done. Thank you. That's all I had.
Mr. Chair, this is not out of order. This is a motion that was noticed, and it's absolutely in order. It is relevant to that matter, and
except it's been voted down.
It's not dead. The
we
motion
voted down to go into executive session. That's all.
Correct. Fair.
Yeah, two-thirds vote to strike this from the agenda, guys. Orders of the day, please.
Correct. No, that's in order.
Motions are pertinent to reports on data security incident. So what is it pertinent to? Because we don't have a report.
Well, I can your motion if you want.
No, thank you.
I move to remove Kyle Davis from the Information Security Committee and all other committees that he's on, and I move to ban him from any volunteer activities or holding any positions in the LP.
And further to investigate this
Hold
matter.
on. Nobody's recognized yet. Nobody's recognized yet. Motions are pertinent to reports on data security incident. So what report is this pertinent to?
Well, I mean, you didn't go on the report, so
we don't have a report.
Yeah, you do.
We don't have a report. It's being investigated. This is out of order.
Anything.
So I'm ruling this out of order.
I appeal the ruling of the chair.
Okay, so there's a motion to appeal the ruling of the chair.
That's in order.
Mr. Secretary.
That is in order. That is in order.
So since no one's ranting right now, could we please refrain from making defamatory statements against members?
Did anyone do that?
No, that is a time of the Libertarian Party is making defamatory statements in the interim.
I move to remove an individual from committees.
Okay, first of all, that's not in order.
Hold on. We have a let's not debate this. We're on a ballot. Whether or not we can consider this. So
I'm ready, Mr. Chair. Shall
go ahead,
the ruling of the chair be sustained that motions apparent to reports on data security incident is out of order?
Just because you refuse to hear them doesn't mean they don't exist.
Mr. Chatterton, come to order. Please proceed with the ballot.
Mr. Bowler,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton,
No.
Mr. Dar,
Yes.
Mr. Dassing, Mr. Bracco,
No.
Mr. Ford,
Yes.
Ms. Robson.
Just to be clear, this is just on the ruling of the chair, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and vote yes.
Mr. Neville,
Abstain.
Martin, Mr. Martin,
I believe I have a fiduciary duty to vote no against this.
thank you. Mr. McGee,
I believe I have a fiduciary duty to vote yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Koffel,
Yes.
Mr. Redpath,
Yes.
Mr. Thompson,
Yes.
Mr. Vinson,
Abstain.
Mr. Nicola,
Yes.
Mr. Bost,
Abstain.
Mr. Ford,
No.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 9-4-3.
The chair's ruling is sustained. We'll move to orders of the day, which is resolution opposing military intervention or war with Iran, moved by Secretary McMahon. 10 minutes.
Mr.
Can
Chair?
we pause for 1 second while I
Sure.
update the 5 things that just happened?
Chair, I moved to investigate the individual responsible.
You are not recognized, Mr. Martin.
Still motions opportunity. Were they
No.
all ruled out?
Yes.
Or
We didn't have a report, so it's out of order.
you do have a report?
No, we don't.
It's in your email.
We just voted on it.
There is a report. We just refuse to hear it and bury our heads in the sand.
Mr. Chair?
Chatterton, if you speak out of line again, either of you, I'm going to mute you. And if you do it again, I'm going to call for your removal. This is the 15th time you've spoken out of order. Stop it. You want to try me?
Mr. Chair, a point of personal privilege.
Mr. Ford?
Again, not being the parliamentary wizard here, it is now 11:30 at night Eastern time.
Correct.
Is it appropriate, given the fact that we have an executive committee meeting in just moments after this,
Right.
to call for an adjournment?
It would be in order because Mr. McMahon's motion has not been seconded.
I'll second it.
All right.
Which-
Is that a motion, Mr. Ford?
Yes, I have a motion. Call to adjourn.
Okay, there's a call to adjourn. There is a second.
Would this
I'm on
not require a 2/3 vote, given that we have other business on the agenda?
I
It's in order at any
seconded the
time.
motion. I seconded the motion of the secretary, not a second to adjourn.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No. Okay, that's different.
Yeah. He's second when you said there wasn't a second on my motion. He
I see.
immediately seconded it. So he's seconding the motion so that we can proceed.
But it would look too bad to cut off the Iran resolution too. I don't want you guys to be
Shut up.
Mr. Martin,
What
you are
we're
not
doing.
recognized.
We're moving on to the Iran resolution.
and people are watching.
Mr. Martin, please mute Mr. Martin.
No. I moved the Iran resolution in his stead because technically he is an alternate.
Well, Mr. McMahon was so kind to move it for him.
Yeah.
Well, I'll second it then.
It's already been seconded.
Redpath already did. Oh my God.
This has already been moved and seconded, hasn't it?
It
Yes.
Yes.
We're waiting on our secretary
I
to.
think we're all
complete
actually in fact in
recordings.
favor of this one. So
It's like it's
Hey,
hilarious.
hey, listen, nobody talk because we need to. Okay.
So I'm ready whenever you are.
All right. Would you like to speak to your motion,
Discussion.
Mr. McMahon?
I think, when Mr. Martin brought this a few days ago, I thought it was important given the war drums that were being banged. And, it appears that they have gone off.
From True.
And we are in a state of war with Iran. And, you know, I thank Mr. Martin for putting in the effort on writing this resolution. I would actually want to yield to him to speak more to it since he did write it. I just moved it for him.
Mr. Martin, would you like to speak on the resolution?
Mr. Chair, I will speak to my resolution. I just want to note that, you know, email ballots and all of that count as a session. And so alternates should be allowed to participate. But in absence of that, I'm glad there are members who are willing to move this. And I want to thank Mr. McMahon sincerely, because this is priority. And I think this is way more important than just about anything else we've talked about tonight. The situation in Iran is complex and difficult and terrible, and interventions in the past have led to blowback and unintended consequences that have absolutely destabilized the region and caused a bad problem to get a lot worse. Some of this, someone might argue, is inevitable. You can't stop what's happening in the Middle East. Maybe, maybe not. But either way, I want to be on the right side of things. And I think that the war posture that we're taking, the entangling alliances that are drawing us, are absolutely destroying any hope of peace for America right now. And I want to see that changed. So after this resolution passes, I really feel like we can use it. I feel like we should definitely publicize it. And I think that we could take kind of an approach to try to get someone to go talk to the legislature. I think we have to be invited, but I believe that we can work something out if we make a really good, earnest effort to kind of put this out there. There's obviously a package of resolutions, and I think the situation will work much better if we pass them all. We will get more media traction, we will get more attention, and we will be kind of striking a leadership posture. So these are meant to be synergistic. I didn't expect war to pop off before we got to hear it, though. So I did amend it, and I'm appreciative of everyone who has supported it so far. So thank you, guys. I'll yield the floor.
Mr. Thompson?
Yes, I would like to offer an amendment to it. A member brought to my attention that they had some problems with the clause that is just above the number 2 on the screen that says, whereas the conflicts with Iran risk toppling the delicate political balance between the two factions of Islam, possibly leading to the emergence of a dominant faction between the Sunni and Shia Muslims, ultimately risking the formation of a new unified belligerent caliphate or neo-Ottoman empire in the Middle East. I wish to strike that one clause.
I will second that.
Support the motion.
All right, it's been motioned and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Yes.
Sure.
Mr. Martin and then Mr. McMahon. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I realize that not everybody is 1400-year history or its recent demise in World War I, after World War I, when James Kemal Ataturk, the father, I guess, of the Turkish Empire, finally put an end to the existing caliphate. And the clash of civilizations that characterized the previous 1600 years changed. This is right as the modern era is really kicking off, right before World War II. So it's a profound moment in history, and this empire is basically dismantled. And then we drew a bunch of arbitrary lines in the desert, right, dividing things up from this once unified empire. And these people see themselves as one, but there's a big dispute that has kept them from being able to recoalesce. And in fact, it's gone back throughout most of history between the Shias and the Sunnis. The question is not whether or not they believe that their ideology should conquer the world, and as a religion, that is objectively something that they feel like it is their divine duty to do. The question is which faction proves to be the one that gets to do it. And should a empire ever arise as a coalition of nations from that part of the world, it could be extremely dangerous and present a really like belligerent and hostile threat. And both sides have openly and publicly stated this is their intention, that should they prevail in the coming war, they will be the ones to lead the Ummah, the Muslim people. So I respect other religions. I do not agree with or like Islam as an ideology, but I love Muslim people. They will actually talk to you about religion, unlike most Americans, and they're very interesting. I think it's important that we have empathy for everyone, even when they have ideologies that we don't agree with. But it's also really important that we call out kind of the obvious. I'll yield. I don't mean to ramble on, but I think this clause is well founded, and I think it's really important because this allows an insight into what the real stakes are right now in the Middle East, in my opinion. I yield.
Mr. McMahon, and then Ford will go Boss Thompson.
I don't support the amendment, and here's why. While there are more than just Sunni and Shia Muslims throughout the region, there is in certain places a slight balance, and there is a fear that U.S. entanglements within the Middle East could provide one faction over another faction being promoted by our, misadventures in the desert, which would lead to something like that. As a matter of fact, we witnessed it in Iraq. We partnered with one group to overthrow the Russians, the Soviet Union, to kick them out. Or no, I'm sorry, Afghanistan. I don't know why I said Iraq. Afghanistan, and that led to the Taliban being the dominant power and spreading its tentacles from Afghanistan to Pakistan. So I do think that this is actually something I maybe wouldn't use the word belligerent caliphate, but I do think that it is within in order, and I would oppose removing it. Thank you.
Mr. Ford, Boss Thompson, McGee. Mr. Ford.
Well, obviously I'm opposed to all wars. Obviously I'm opposed to this. I get back to my normal claim, and I understand that Brian, in conjunction with Mr. Nikala, has been able to get us some significant ink on the last time we did one of these. So congratulations to them. I want to know specifically, besides Brian's excellent efforts at getting ink, getting eyes on the ink, if you will, I want to know specifically. And listen, it's 11:30 night, so let's go for it. Let's get into some specific here. What are we going to do besides put
It's just to the amendment?
Right? What are you going to do with this? I'd like to know some specifics how someone should go to Congress. Well, who is that someone? We constantly put out amendments and we don't back it up with political action. I'm thrilled that the last one got some print. I'd like to get a commitment from someone as to what they're going to do specifically to move this beyond just another midnight dorm room conversation, albeit an important one, a critically important one, what we're going to actually do with it. How about that for once? I've been on this committee for on and off for probably 8-10 years, and I've seen hundreds of these go through. And people of goodwill and good spirit will sit here and debate it, and I get that. But how about the follow-up? What's the next step besides putting this out as a press release?
Mr.
Would
Boss?
you let I don't know. Okay, I'll yield.
Yes, I just wonder if the ends of this whereas are covered.
Excuse me, point of order. That wasn't a rhetorical question.
Okay. I'll
I'd
try
like
to answer it the best as I can, even though I'd be somewhat speaking out of turn.
I'm not asking you. All right. You will do the work necessary to get this published out there. But I would like to see the people who put these resolutions together, again, well worded, well intentioned, a lot of time on it. I want to know what they're going to do with it other than just let it sink into history. What have we done with the last resolution we did? Other than, like I said, congratulations, you guys. You did an outstanding job of publicizing it. But what else happens here?
So do you support the amendment or not support the amendment?
That wasn't the question. The question is, when do we become more than a debate society and an actual political organization? That's my question. This is my
Mr. Ford has made his position very clear.
I get it, but we have to move around to the other hands, and maybe they'll answer your question or digest it as we go along. Mr. Bost.
Yes, to the question at hand, I wonder if the sentiment of this whereas is covered in the rest of the resolution, just less specifically. Is it necessary to call out these specific this specific issue in this specific way if it's not covered elsewhere.
Mr. Thompson, then Mr. Martin. Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, just in the interest of moving the meeting along, I am okay with people voting this down.
Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. I appreciate it. I just wanted to really briefly speak to what Pat was saying. I've been taking efforts to try to enter the text or portions thereof of some of our resolutions into public legislative efforts and legislative fights in both written and video format. And I'd like to see similar efforts. And, alongside, it's really important that we pursue more than one thing at once and that there's some synergy between those things. So that's part of the reason why there's a package of resolutions here. And what we plan to do with them, a lot of that is executive. It takes us following.
We're being brief.
I'll yield if that answers your question.
Mr. Chair, how much time do we have left?
Can I call the question?
That's a good
Or
question.
we could just go to the vote, because that's where we're at right now.
Yep.
Instead of making me do a ballot, why don't we just go to the vote?
We're about out of time on
Well,
this.
we can dispense with the amendment through hands raised if we want to move things along.
What is the ruling of the chair?
What? So let me ask. Well, there's going to be objection to the amendment. All in favor of the amendment, please raise your hand. This is all in favor of the amendment, the Thompson amendment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, please lower your hand. Okay, all opposed, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, the nays have it. We're back onto the original main motion. Is there any further discussion? We may be out of time. I wasn't keeping track on this one unless somebody else was.
I think we are out of time, Mr. Chair.
I think we are out of time too.
We are out of.
Okay, so we'll move directly to a vote. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready.
This does require a 2/3 as a public policy resolution.
It requires 3/4.
I'm sorry, you're right. Mr. Buller.
Yes.
Mr. Bost.
Yes.
Mr. Chatterton.
Yes.
Mr. Dar.
As an Iraq veteran, I vote yes. Been there, done that. Do not recommend.
Mr. Dassing. Mr. Bracco.
Yes.
Why did I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. I meant to do that. Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Ms. Robeson.
Yes.
Robson.
Yes, thank you with the Robson, but yes.
Mr. Neville.
Yes.
Mr. Martin.
Yes.
Mr. McGee.
Aye.
I vote yes. Mr. Coughlin.
Yes.
Mr. Redpath.
Yes.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Vinson.
Yes.
Mr. Nikela.
I vote yes.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 16-0-0.
Motion passes unanimously.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
I object.
Motion to adjourn. There's an objection, so we'll move to a vote. All in favor of adjournment, please raise your hand.
Is there discussion?
There's no discussion
There's no
on
discussion.
adjournment.
Yeah, there's not.
I believe if you're objecting ahead of items on the agenda, or you're moving it
Which you
Always
did
in
for
not.
items
Which you
that
did not.
there's discussions allowed.
Objection is in order at any time. I mean,
Exactly.
excuse me.
I mean, I
Adjournment's in
think-
order at any time.
I agree, but I think it allows discussion when it's moved contradiction to an adopted agenda.
No.
Would you care to
we
cite
have
the
10
passage that
10
says
for
that?
adjournment, please lower your hand.
Or we could just have like a brief moment of discussion about how we just spent 3.5
All
hours,
opposed, please raise
4
your hand.
hours, 4 hours on.
You can raise your
procedural
hand
nonsense.
4 hours listening to you and
All
Mark.
right. The
You can
ayes,
raise your hand
the
now.
ayes have it. It is 11:37 p.m. This LNC meeting
I
is adjourned.
voted not to adjourn, if that mattered.
No, it
I
did
did.
not make a difference.
I love you so much, but it didn't work.
And
All right.
you guys,
Whenever you're ready.
Good night, everybody. It is 11:43 p.m. this March 1st, 2026. My name is Stephen DeCala, Chairman of the Libertarian National Committee, and I'm going to be calling this meeting of the ExCom to order. Mr. Secretary, whenever you're ready with roll call, please.
Mr. Nicola.
Present.
Mr. Dar.
Here.
Mr. Redpath.
I'm here.
I am here. Mr. Ford.
Here.
Mr. Watkins. Mr. Watkins. Did he drop off?
Mr. Watkins wasn't here.
Yeah, he was.
He is here. He's muted.
It wasn't letting me unmute.
Oh,
that's a
I
problem.
think if you mute yourself, it won't let you. So don't mute.
Okay, that's odd.
Yeah, but you're here. Hi. 6 present.
All right, we have quorum. Let's see here. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I move to postpone the meeting at a later date as to be decided by the ExCom.
Okay, there's a.
Y'all could use some sleep.
I don't.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I don't think that there's anything that is absolutely pressing. As a matter of fact, if I may just speak briefly, we should have the retainer agreement for the trademark case this week. We're expecting it by Thursday. So it kind of, I mean, it wouldn't be horrible for us to postpone or to reschedule this meeting for another day when we can bring that forward. I'd ask to recognize Mr. Vinson, who is the chair of the litigation committee.
All right, Mr. Vinson, go ahead.
Also, hold on. I think I need to. Nope, Mr. Ford's not muted. Let me find Mr. Vinson in this role. Okay, you can unmute yourself, Mr. Vinson.
Yeah, just as Evan said, we were trying to get a meeting with the attorney scheduled last week so we could get this done before March 1st, but he was out of the country. So I think he's coming to our meeting on Thursday.
And I think Oliver Hall said that he's communicating with him Monday. So we should have the retainer agreement at our meeting Thursday and then review it and then be able to recommend it for signature for the executive committee. And then we can request that the chair call another executive committee meeting over the weekend.
I'm gonna be doing CQB stuff in Georgia on Friday and Sunday. I could probably meet Sunday night.
I mean, we really need to get moving on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the latest Sunday, I wouldn't want to push it into another week.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's fine.
Okay. So
can we just, we would need to do
just
a new
call it.
meeting. Can we just adjourn this meeting and call a new meeting with a new agenda?
I think that would be the way to do it. Because if you have a new agenda, you can add items. Otherwise, we're adjourning to a date certain, which would keep the same agenda.
Yep.
Okay.
So I move to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Any objection to adjournment? I think everybody's muted, so I don't know.
Hold on. Mr. Ford is muted and he's got his hand up. He may be trying to say something. Hold on. Go ahead, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I just also like to make another informational request. One of my big concerns is this could quickly escalate into a mid to high 5-figure legal expense or potentially higher if there's a vigorous defense by Ms. McCardle. I would like to understand, at least have an estimate of what a case like this is going to cost us. I think $10,000 in any type of civil litigation is almost, a starting point.
It is. That's a retainer agreement.
We're
gonna have this discussion next week. Is what's on the table?
Well, I guess what I'm asking for is that we come to the table next week with having had a conversation about what this could potentially cost the party. I think I'm glad we're postponing it. I think it's a great idea to consider these things, but I also don't like to go into these meetings get presented with a question, have questions, and then be expected to make a vote. So I think it would be responsible for us to understand what this is going to potentially cost us.
Yeah, we're going to have everybody in. So, but we're adjourning to next week.
Okay, but we'll come to the meeting next week, whenever we have it with that.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Thank you. I'll support adjournment.
All right. Rob?
He muted himself.
Give us a thumbs up if you want to adjourn, thumbs down if you don't.
Oh, you mean Watkins?
Oh,
I thought I had I thought I had my hand down.
I forgot that. Yeah, I don't know why I always.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, all right. So, is there any objection to adjournment? Hearing none, we are adjourned at 11:49 p.m.
All right. Good night and thanks.